friends, neighbors, country people, lend me your head holes, and welcome to another episode of UST Unexpectedly Serious Turn, our D&D 5e Twitch stream. Welcome to February. We do have a cool thing coming out. Our social media person is working with an artist to get us some virtual Valentine's Day cards. They look super cute, and I'm so excited for them. I hope you guys are too. We'll get them out to you very soon. And that is pretty much our only announcement for today. So, let's get right to Anna. Last time we saw our intrepid adventurers, they were in a cave full of remnants of a cult. After a frustrating session of questioning a drow, they got little useful information. They questioned another cultist, which worked out in an equally frustrating way, and they made attempts at the third. After questioning, they came into contact with some pixies who revealed that Silus's fairy tales of the Everdon Library are very real. A few party members had a braid train while the others went and saw the pixie village, and Glib got to talk to his patron, who gave him an expedited way back to Cove. However, during their long rest, Sailsaba and Aym'Bryn discovered that the remaining cult fanatic had unfortunately escaped. So, friends, what would you like to do?
We have to wake everyone. We can't make this decision on our own, right?
We should wake everyone. However, there is an order we could go in.
Yes, I was thinking similarly. I was thinking Irde first. Yes.
This is wise. Dales will go up to Irde and crouch on top of her. Whiskers tickling her face. And then, not loud enough to wake the others, but
I'm gonna say that after Irde's very specific dream last time, she will start awake and be. It's you. What is there?
I wish to tell you we have woken you early for urgent matters.
Is something wrong?
Yes.
That about covers it.
The cultist is gone.
Oh.
Up.
I'm standing up. I'm getting up.
I'll get over.
Yep.
Silas, and I'll walk over to Silas, and I'll, for a moment, consider kneeling on his chest and meowing in his face, but I will reconsider and wake him gently.
Clearly a missed opportunity.
The most important thing right now, my face close to your face, is everyone's just going to stay calm, and you're going to help us keep everyone calm. I'll explain in a moment. Good, okay.
Bales will pounce on Glib.
Oh no.
And just start chewing on his hair.
Irde, I wonder...
Oh, that's not going to wake him up.
We'll start yanking on his hair if it doesn't work.
What?
Small green one, you must awake.
Okay.
It is early. I apologize.
Yeah?
Something is wrong.
What?
The cultist is gone.
What do you mean gone?
Out of the ropes. Outside.
What?
Yes! Shh! Shh!
Alin!
The important thing is everyone's going to stay calm about this.
When we look over, are the ropes still there, or did they just free their legs and just book it with the rope still attached?
Yeah.
It was a sleight of hand checks, so the ropes are still there.
All right. So they are fully out of ropes and
check.
Sleight of leg.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh
yeah.
no.
I want to go and check on the drow, see if he is sleeping or.
I would like to check on the lantern actually.
Throat slit.
Sleeping is a strong term, but he is still dealing with non-lethal
Sleeping is a
damage.
strong term.
Sleeping is a strong term.
And the
but
lantern
he
is still there.
Yes, the lantern is still there.
All
When
right.
you look for the lantern
That is
lantern is still
important to
intact.
Then I can only imagine
the
we've woken you by
drow-
now.
The drow is
Yeah.
still alive and still there and still tied up perfectly reasonably. It is just the cultist that seems to be missing.
Goodness. That is just asleep now.
Are the
Yeah,
other two still
did
asleep?
Glib actually
I
yell?
figured he had.
Okay, cool.
Did Glib yell
All right, good.
Alin?
Yeah.
All right.
What happened?
They let the cultist get out.
To be fair, I don't know exactly when that happened, but
Noticed it. Who tied the ropes?
let's not go.
What
It doesn't
happened?
matter. It's done now, and
doesn't
what
matter.
our reaction to it is the only thing that matters at this point.
Well, we gotta get him.
Yeah, we do.
What?
Oh, hey, Fen.
Fed, get
Cultist
up.
got out. We need to go get him.
We're getting a posse together.
Hold on. Hold on.
Someone needs to stay for
yes.
the drow.
And the
This-
lantern. I don't think we can take that out.
What?
Better not.
I have a better idea. Irde, wake him up.
Fen, wake up.
No,
I'm
not
up,
Fen.
I'm
The
up.
the
The
other
drow?
drow.
I'm like,
The
I
other
thought that
drow.
I was awake. Hold on. No, I'll wake up the drow then. That's what you
I
want
need
to
you to
do.
heal him 1 health point.
He's not dead, right? I can just wake him up.
I think Mackayla said he was unconscious.
Yeah, he's well, I mean, he's not making death saves, he's stable, but like he was knocked
okay.
out. But I
So
do
do we shake him
but
awake,
you
or
can,
do we need to?
You
I
can just shake him awake.
Great. Then
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I will shake him awake. There we go.
Your boy's gone and he's going to talk to somebody if we don't get him. Where is he? Where would he go?
I believe you have completely overestimated my abilities. But if I'm
Fine,
not
I'm going to punch him in the face.
Uh,
It's worth a shot.
Irde
I'm not
is-
listening to him
is-
talk again.
Actually, well, no, I'll let it go. Yeah, you.
I can
no,
roll an
Irde,
attack.
I think like if Alan goes to punch him, Irde's just gonna put like a hand up, like please don't do this. If he's not gonna help, he's not gonna help. I don't think.
In all
Anything-
likelihood, he has probably already been taken care of.
Taken care of by who?
The prior would not let him go.
The what?
Prior?
The prior.
The prior.
Oh no.
Weh.
What does that mean?
Has that
Yeah.
terminology ever come up to me in any of my studies?
You can roll me a religion check.
Might I
Is
do
this
that as
with
well?
Sure.
Disadvantage because we have exhaustion, or do we not have exhaustion yet?
You don't have exhaustion yet because you haven't done anything to fully break, and I am a
Okay.
very nice DM.
Thank
That
you.
is a natural
So
20. To a total of
shoot!
27.
Yay!
Okay, so you
Thank
do know
God.
that a prior is a religious term. You know that they tend to be some sort of leader of like a monastery or something like that. A particular prior like this, you haven't necessarily heard of anything, and it doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense.
But I could probably assume that because this is a cult operation, the prior is maybe the leader, or if not the leader, like a fairly high echelon.
Like a bishop.
echelon.
or something.
Because you rolled a natural 20, I will give you that your brain automatically jumps to the guy who ran away.
It doesn't
That's
feel
what I
like a
was
long,
thinking.
like a stretch.
Oh. Okay.
that makes sense.
Given how the rest of your day is going, I don't think you're that lucky. You better just let us take care of it. Where would he have gone?
I mean, there was a meeting point out in the forest, but I cannot tell you much more than that. I do not. They don't exactly talk. We are not friends. We are working towards our goal.
Is he
Can
telling
you
the
show
truth?
us?
You can roll me an insight check.
Also, how do they disseminate the meeting point?
A very valid point, honestly.
I
Well,
assume that they can read.
Gosh darn it.
Well,
That was a
did
6,
speak to us, though,
so-
so perhaps
did,
it's
yes.
not everyone who is thusly impeded.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a 6, you can't really tell if he's telling the truth or not. Unfortunately, it's just not something that is easy to tell, especially with the slipperiness of him.
Can I knock him back out now, Irde?
How
Can you show us where
far?
the meeting point is?
I mean, I can, but why would I?
I'm going to go up to him and I'm going to say, I have another question that's unrelated. And I will conjure minor illusion, Le Haflay, and I say, do you fear this thing? I will let it, like, wrap around him with minor illusion, just, like, soaring through the air and just coiling around him like the eels from Ursula from Little Mermaid.
If you would like, I will let you roll an insight check.
Okay. 10.
10. You can't really necessarily tell a reaction. He does respond with, I think everyone should fear pointy-toothed beasts, should they not?
Does he look like he is a member of this cult or that he is a separate entity?
He does not look like a cultist. So he's not wearing the robes. He doesn't necessarily have anything that's overtly religious.
Does he...
So he's...
To tell for sure would either require a higher insight check than you've rolled right now or a lot more information that you just don't have yet.
Can we discern if he's seen this creature before?
You can roll me an insight
I
check
will
to
do
his
it.
reaction if you'd like.
Now, that's no way to redeem yourself. That's I'm not even going to tell you. It's not worth it.
Same
Yeah,
Aym'Bryn, guys.
he's real hard to read, and you especially, Aym'Bryn, because you know Underdark, and he has an Underdark accent, you can tell that he probably comes from a sort of people that just are a little bit harder to read and not, like, they're slippery.
I rolled a 16.
I would like to say, like, Irde has not actually moved away from him after waking him up. She is very close by.
I mean, he's also a natural 20 bones, so, like, he's not going anywhere.
No, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about him being. And I mean, if he gets out, then we're all screwed anyway, and nothing we can do is going to matter.
But I will dispel the illusion, and I will say, you said that the prior's taking care of him.
What?
So he's probably dead, is what you're saying.
Probably. I do not know. I am not there. I wish I was, but I am ill.
How far away is this meeting point?
Well, it would be within about a mile, probably. It's not
Right.
far.
I rolled a 16 on the insight from earlier, by the way.
Which specifically was it to? There have been a lot.
If he's seen Left Haflay
Yeah.
before.
Or whether he was a cultist was actually
It's
what I was rolling for.
It's still a little hard to tell. It's not necessarily like you can insightfully see. He seems to be calm. There are many ways to determine the word fear. There is fear as in I am afraid for my life, and there is fear as in reverence. And both of them have an element in his face.
I'll
Got
say,
it.
all right, first of all, does anybody have a bell?
Yes, I think so.
Could I
Of
borrow
course,
it for
I'll
a moment?
dig it out of my pack.
And Alin, could I have that wire that you were working on last night?
Yeah, of course.
So, here's what we can do. If we are insistent on finding this escaped cultist, if we're finding his body or if we're finding himself, people like Sailsaba and Aym'Bryn should use their ability of not being seen to track him down and look for him. And anyone else who would like to go with them as well. I will stay here and I will watch over him along with anybody else who would like to stay with me. And if you find his body, then please return here as quickly as possible. And I will start to take the wire and I will put it on the ground and I will just draw a circle around him. And it'll take me a while, 11 minutes. And I will toss the bell into the air and it will disappear and then come back as I catch it again. And I'll cast alarm around him. So if he leaves that warded area at all, through any means, it'll tell me.
This seems like a little much, but okay.
Well,
Well, we thought your friend
Give
was
us a
tied
ring.
up, so...
I have a question mechanically.
Yes.
Does partially long rest count as a short rest for the purposes of getting powers back?
We've rested for 6 hours, Mackayla.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Come on.
No, I'm trying to like sort out how things will work.
Okay.
It's more just trying to sort in my head, because I would say yes, it does.
Okay.
But I will still say that very quickly you will start feeling that point of exhaustion that you will end up taking.
Right. Yeah,
Right.
that's fair.
That's fair.
My
So
thought
you
is,
may not feel it right now, but you will start feeling it soon.
if this meeting place is only a mile away, it's very unlikely
Yes.
that he hasn't reached it already. We don't know which this, as more cooperative than yesterday as this gentleman is feeling, he's still not feeling terribly cooperative. Even if we find it, if there is anyone else waiting there, the situation becomes very, very
Then it
complicated.
becomes an ambush, and
That's why I'm going with you. If anything goes wrong, I'll be there to pick you up. We can't let this guy just go. If he goes out there and dies, that's one thing. But if he goes out there and hurts someone, I mean, that's on us.
Right.
So
fair.
Glib gets up real close to the drow, and he's like shaking the sleep off, but he's looking determined. Alin, you can tell that he's muttering orcish curse words under his breath. Just like the filthiest, like... And he's going to activate Fey Presence, but this is the first time he's seen him activate it to instill fear. And so just anybody within a 10-foot cube around him has to, like, make a wisdom saving throw. Or
well,
get
excuse me, because
afraid.
I'm literally next to it.
That's 15 for me.
I'm literally next to him, so hold on. Let me
What
make
is
my
the-
wisdom saving throw.
What's
Well,
the save?
ha, ha,
The save is
ha, ha.
14.
I got
cool, I
a
didn't
3. So Irde's
nice.
Hey.
Irde's afraid. That's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, that's just...
You said it was a wisdom save?
It's a wisdom save.
He rolled an 18 on the die.
Oh, well, that'll do it. But I'll still do my thing.
That's fair.
Because maybe I can roll a intimidation check.
I will also allow an intimidation check, sure.
Okay.
It is.
All right.
No. Irde starts shaking.
Oh,
Irde starts shaking, and
had a really bad night.
and her eyes go black.
Ooh.
And out of her back sprout bones
Ooh.
that stretch
Yeah.
Well, that's new.
into
gotta make
into
a
skeletal wings that, if you look at them, for those of you who have seen my parents, which is everyone, Irde's mother's wings were these like beautiful feathered, like at the base of the wing they start like this dark gray and great fade gradient into like sort of white silver. Irde's wings are very much not like this. They are bones and cracked, and they are smoking.
Ooh. Damn. Do we have to roll charisma or
And
wisdom?
everyone within 10 feet of me, please give me a charisma save.
Okay.
That's a 9. Or 9. I'm afraid
That's
of Irde.
Oh, this is
Glib, Glib, you made her ink.
You made her ink.
As a 5, I'm also terrified.
Does
good.
a 15 pass?
This fucking
a
guy.
15.
Rolling really well.
A 15
I'm sorry.
meets. A 15 meets. So this guy is just watching us freak the heck out. That's fun. Who else
That's
is
a
within?
trick.
Who
I'm
else is
good.
within?
I got an 18 total.
Cool. So
I'm
Silus
not
is afraid
close.
of me. Aym'Bryn is afraid of me. Fen's far away. Glib is cool, right?
I got a 12?
So no, Glib is also afraid of me.
Okay, so we're afraid of each other.
I wasn't afraid of Glib, but is terrified of Irde.
That's
Same.
fair.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, so everyone but Alan is afraid of at least someone.
Yeah.
No, Fen's
Ben's
also
too far
not.
away.
I'm knocking the
Fen's
drow
chill.
out.
That's fair.
I wanted to
Okay.
tell him a
He wanted-
thing!
Yeah, let
Can
let
I
Glib
do-
it
Oh,
before you.
all right, never mind. Wait.
we just fucking
The other one will
steamrolled.
take Alin and just like...
Without
Irde
walking
is-
closer to Irde.
Actually, if you wouldn't mind before you knock him out.
No, we're
Let
just
Glib-
Glib's
Glib-
gonna
Glib-
say Glib
Glib's
wants to
asking
talk.
you a
Yeah.
question
Go,
first.
Glib, do
Before
your
we
thing.
steamroll him
Glib, do
again.
your thing. Glib, do your
So,
thing.
yeah, Glib sees the wings. He's like, okay, we'll deal with that in a little bit. But Glib's
Later.
countenance has taken instead of like the motes of light and stuff, he's like he's become the forest at night where shadows don't look quite right, and like there's like rustling wind around him, and he seems bigger, although he's not actually bigger. And he gets up close. He's like, "All right, this has gone on for too long, Drow. These guys want to keep you alive. I don't care about your life. I don't think you're a part of this cult, so I don't think you have this death pact thing. But if you don't prove useful real soon, you're not going to have much time left. So you can either show us where this is, give us some more information about what we should expect from this prior guy, or you're going into a chasm."
I will give you the opportunity to either roll
He makes a 5
intimidation or intimidation or persuasion.
Irde wraps
Whichever
a
is
hand
higher.
around. Irde wraps a hand around his throat and says, "Answer his question."
And you can use advantage for one of those two rolls, whichever you would like.
Gonna say if that's not
Fen
advantage on
sees,
intimidation,
well,
I
that
don't know what
just-
is.
Ben's gonna see
Yeah,
Irde
that's
wrap
his
her hands
intimidation.
around his throat and be like, "Oh, now we're talking."
So I will allow either intimidation or persuasion.
That's going to be a 14 intimidation.
Okay. I can tell you that half a mile out that door, out that cave, there's a clearing. If he was smart, he went there. And you may be lucky. The prior may not be there yet. Anything else, and there is nothing else I can say.
All right, what the hell is your
Gee,
name?
was that so hard? And Glib will kick him in the head. Non-lethal.
Yes.
Non-lethal kick it.
I mean,
After that, Irde's wings fade, her eyes go back to normal, and she's just very shaken.
Damn, Irde, you scary.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna have to talk about this. I don't know. That's really intimidating. I gotta admit, that was pretty cool. Let's go get this guy, but then we can talk about
All
this
right.
later.
So how are we trying to sneak up on him?
If you don't,
Honest-
he'll kill
Shall
himself.
Sales and I take point then?
I think that would be
I
smart, yes.
definitely am not stealthy, so you should. Yeah, that would be a good idea.
If he sees only one of you, he might try to attack you. But if he sees more than one, he will most likely just.
But the idea is generally not to be seen.
Depending on.
Who is staying here
I
with
can
the...
kind of keep him alive too.
Irde, are you staying here?
I'm
Is
not
there
sure.
any evidence of does it look like he felt better and ran away, or he's probably still injured and ran away? Like, is there a trail of blood or anything? We didn't heal him or treat his wounds in any way.
Yeah.
Did someone roll? I think someone rolled an investigate. No, you used your passive, right?
It was passive perception or
Okay.
whatever.
If someone would like to roll me an investigation check, I will.
I do it.
I was like, I can. It's not
Good
going
call.
Oh
Good.
wow, no, that's a 10. I rolled a 3.
Okay, give me a sec.
Yeah, I'll roll an
I got a
investigation
5,
check, too.
so...
I know there's a lot of
Everyone's
people
searching.
on
Actually,
the floor,
I
and
will-
it's hard to tell.
I will give it to Silas. It does look like he's still.
He's still bleeding. or
Yeah,
still
he
bloody?
looks like it looks like there is a trail of some kind of maybe he's holding wounds, but he certainly doesn't look like he's running.
So here's my.
I would like to
what
point out that somehow there is a trail of blood that Irde just looked the other way from, apparently.
well, there is
But,
like she said, there's a lot of trails of blood. So
That's fair. Lots of
there's
blood.
there's
Here's my
blood
thought: if
everywhere.
we just go now quickly and sneak up on
Yes.
him, and I'm going to take I'm going to look apologetically at Silas, and I'm going to rip part of my shirt off and wrap it around the end of one of my arrows. And if we just come up on him and he's not got much in him, we can maybe incapacitate him before he even knows we're there. If he's standing in a clearing waiting for someone, if Sales and I can approach very stealthily, then perhaps, and that way the rest of you can, no one has to just finish getting some rest. We need it. I've already slept. Well, slept.
Right.
I
might be-
am not. I'll hang back, but I'm not letting you go out there.
That's fine. That's fair. But
Yeah,
but you know,
I
like
don't
60
it
feet
if this
back or
prior
something.
guy
Because
might be there.
The
Yeah.
the few of us
Significant
not stealthy as I
difference.
am, Alin. I think.
Very back.
Is there
probably
any
is
way,
slightly more stealthy than Alan. Yes.
is
In
there
fact,
any way we
if
can?
it could specifically be about 60
About 60
feet.
feet. What is it going to take?
Yeah. That would be good.
Is there any way we can send Moogie up? Maybe if Moogie can see him, Moogie's just a bird to him.
Well, I would need to be there with you all to tell you anything.
To tell
that she
what's
sees.
happening, and
Well, right, but if you send Moogie now, Moogie can go see if he sees him and come back.
If it's half a mile,
Speaking of which,
But
we
if-
should be
if-
walking
yes,
and
this,
talking.
this
Yes, we
person
should
already
really
told
go.
us where it is, and if it's not
where
there,
it is, we should go.
we'll either find the trail
If
in
we're
that
going,
direction
we're
or we
going.
won't.
Who is staying with Silas?
I'll stay with Silas.
All right. I'll go with the rest of you then.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so Bryn, you go ahead and we'll hang back.
Silas, should we?
You go, and I will bamf Moogie onto Aym'Bryn's shoulder, and I'll say, if something happens, send her.
Of course.
Glib will yell real
Yeah,
loud.
that too. That would probably
Oh,
get
yeah.
there faster, but just in case, I feel
Also,
safer
just
with
in
you,
case,
so.
everybody bring your rocks.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, we should definitely knock him out with these rocks. I think.
We have so many rocks that we.
No, the flying
Wait, which
rocks.
rocks?
Yes,
Yeah,
no,
we
I
have
know,
multiple
I know,
magic
no, I
rocks
know,
now.
I know. We have the rocks that we were given like session 2 that we totally
Oh, what
forgotten
if
about.
I
Sorry,
forget
Sail.
which one I'm supposed to throw?
No, okay, we take
really
we take the rocks that.
Throw it at me.
All right,
Like
we're going.
Everyone
Silas.
go.
All right, go.
Yes, Silas and Fen
Going.
stay. We're all going. Bye.
All right.
We go. Aym'Bryn goes first.
Stop Bryn for just a second before they go.
Yes,
You guys be safe, all right?
of course. Always.
All right, I'll keep Silas safe.
Sails
Thank
will
you.
put a hand on Bryn.
Silas, keep Fen safe.
Irde will try to make eye contact with Silas at one point during this encounter. Post wing.
I'm gonna-
Extravagance.
Silas
Oh, go ahead.
will. It will be a deep breath, and eye contact. Just like recovering.
Is that right? All right, we go.
So Sails, Aym'Bryn, Irde, and Glib are going
And
after?
Alan. And Alan,
Just the
right?
two.
And
Every
Alan.
Fen and Silas are staying with the drow.
Yeah.
Everybody else is gone.
Fen and Silas are staying with the drow. Okay. I would like all of you that are going to be going to make me stealth checks.
Right.
And then I would like
Yeah.
Could you help?
You were
us?
saying.
If you can all stay within 30 feet. I'm gonna take a exhaustion anyways. Then Sails will gather you all together and say, we must all be very stealthy.
Yes.
We must all give Bryn and I space, but I can help.
Agreed.
And she will in everyone's face. And you just feel a little bit more obtuse. You feel a little bit more at one with nature being spit in your face. And thus we can go.
Did I detect another raspberry?
Damn it! Hang on. I'm gonna run back to the cave entrance, drop my chainmail, and in front of it, like, Ben, don't let anyone touch this.
I run up to Alin and I will cast Mage Armor on you if you're
Oh,
gonna
you're
go
the
without
best.
your armor. So you get 13 plus your dex.
Oh,
So you get 13.
So you get 13.
It's better than 10 or 8.
Also,
Yeah, no, that's better than it could be. Better than it could
Yeah.
be.
So
it's still better.
Actually, Irda's going to make sure.
Irde and Glib,
Yep.
you now have points of exhaustion. Sails,
Yep.
you are starting to feel
yep.
the point of exhaustion come up.
I
I will let you make the stealth
Sounds-
check without the point, but after that,
Okay.
you're taking the point of exhaustion.
I don't know why I'm
good.
Ben's
awful.
gonna-
I
That's a
have
20,
I have also
24
cast
with, pass without a trace.
mage armor. Pass without a trace, right?
Okay.
Is that
I-
plus 10?
God
or
damn it, that's a-
advantage?
10.
Correct. That's
Plus
plus
10.
10.
I'll never do this well again.
15.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no, you're never gonna do that well again. I got a 15.
15. You said 24. You said 28. Glib.
So I rolled with disadvantage just because you mentioned the point of exhaustion. However,
Yes.
That's still going to be a 28
Nice.
That's fair.
with the addition of
Pass without a trace.
Yes. Sales.
24.
24. Fantastic. And then I would like one
Oh, wait,
person.
17. It's a 17 with pass without a trace. Sorry. I did not add my dex.
Oh, well, that's important.
I'm smart, guys. I know how to play.
You're very smart. I would like one of you to roll me a stealth check. I will allow advantage if someone would like to assist, or a straight roll if it's one of the people who have
Wait, one more time?
points of exhaustion.
Wait, what is this stealth check for?
Not stealth check. Survival. The other S.
Survival.
For tracking.
I
To
can-
try
Okay,
to track.
I'll assist. I'm not exhausted.
I think that's going to be more helpful than anything I could do.
That is a 21.
Okay. So as you walk through the forest, you come upon the area that was like you are able to pick up on the drops of blood and a couple of stumbling steps or broken tree branches, and the night kind of presses on, and you walk forward, some of you starting to feel the exhaustion weigh on your bones, and you come to a clearing where you hear voices, or you hear the sound of and as you draw close to a clearing, you see someone who does not see you leaning against a tree, a very bloody cultist.
Is he alone?
So far that you can see, he is
Okay,
alone.
I'm going to draw the arrow that I read earlier, and I'm going to try to... Would you say that I'm hidden and therefore have advantage? All right.
Yes, I will give you.
Then I'm going to reflect back on my conversation with Fen, and I'm going to try to be the elfiest elf that I can possibly be. And I
most
just feel
elf.
like somehow today my heritage is going to make me just a tiny bit more accurate. And that is a 22 to hit.
That does
Not
hit.
lethal damage.
That's pretty
I'm just trying to disable it.
With an air. Well, you did.
I'm trying. Yeah. I did everything that I can. I took a
With
big
the-
hunk off of
with
my
the
shirt
leather.
and wrapped it around the edge, and I'm going to try to shoot. I'm not going to shoot him like in the temple or something, you know? I'm just going to try to.
Yeah.
And I won't even draw the bow back all the way. I'm really close.
I mean, historically, you do have to shoot a lot of cultists in the temple.
So much joy.
Well, there are ways to do it.
There are ways to do it. I will allow it this one time.
Yay!
I will be
You're a
nice.
kind and benevolent god.
Yeah. So, you managed to knock him out as far as you can see.
I will go and if I walk up to him, do I see anything around him?
You can roll me either an investigation or perception check.
Guys, I'm
Depending on
tired,
how you're
but I
wanting
just
to
had
do
a
this.
really good bad
That
idea.
is with disadvantage,
Yes.
correct?
It's a really good bad idea.
Always.
What's your really good bad idea?
Alan, how do you feel about wearing one of these robes and waiting here for this prior to show up?
Well, that's a 7, so I don't a 7 either, and so I see nothing.
I had this thing.
Well, I'm going to just assume that there's nothing, and I'm going to tie up the cultist again. If Alan wants to help me.
I will direct you through the knots. Yeah.
So is that a straight dex check?
For the knots, yes, that is a straight check with the
'Cause
the
with
assistance,
Alan
yeah.
help.
Sleight of
Open.
hand.
Yeah.
That's a 17.
Oh, nice.
out of the. Oh, sorry.
As far as you can tell, you get him knotted up.
Good. And I'm just gonna watch him right now. Sorry, Glib, what were you saying?
Well, if the drow was so sure that the prior was going to show up here, then maybe they will. And it'd be nice if they showed up if somebody was waiting for them. And it'd be even nicer if the person waiting for them also was on our side and could let us know, and then we can jump out and take care of them.
That's true.
Do you think
As far as the previous cultists that we've encountered go, did any of them look like me?
We didn't.
Like-
I don't know if we ever got.
The majority
green.
of
Were they green?
Well, this was a
lizard folk, right?
man.
That's true.
You have seen a wide array of different races.
Okay.
All right.
Unfortunately, some of them were charred ruins, and the others were too bloody to actually tell. So,
Right. Well. Do you think it is wise for us to engage with them? Part of our group as we are, and somewhat exhausted as we are.
Here is my other thought. If I were that person who ran out of there as his friends were being slaughtered, I don't know if I'd be expecting anyone to come back to meet them here. We might
How
just end
far
up
were we from the cave?
Half a mile, right?
Yeah.
about a half
Did
mile.
we get that? Did we get that half a mile? I guess. Or never. Ignore me.
No.
I
It's
think.
a really
Are
good
we
question.
in the clearing?
We were in the clearing. Okay, sorry, Amanda Mitzlap.
No, I
You're
mean,
good.
are we in the clearing now,
Yes,
or is this on the way to
yes.
the clearing?
Yeah, you have made your way into the clearing
Cool,
after
thank you.
knocking him out. Yes, that is.
Hold on,
Thank you,
question
Josh,
for the
because I
DM.
could not get that idea out to save my life, and I appreciate you.
Question for the DM. There's the clearing. So there was the place where they had the meeting place, but then I thought that what this clearing was just kind of a clearing that the drow was just throwing out. This isn't the meeting place, right? We're not at the meeting place,
I
or
thought-
are we?
So from what you can, I'll give it to you. From what you can tell, Glib and Irde's intimidation tactics actually gained you a little bit of respect from the guy, because he is warped and disgusting. Just as a human. I apologize, I shouldn't show this sort of favoritism, but also he's warped and disgusting, just as a human.
Well, he's a drow, but you know.
As a drow.
He's not a human.
The point still stands.
Humanoid, excuse me.
Close
As a
enough.
person.
Close enough. Either way,
As a person.
the warped and disgusting, that intimidation tactic bought you enough respect from him that whether or not he just cares about his own life, he was willing to give you something. So you got some sort of information that seems to, at least for the most part, be truthful.
This is the place
got
that
that
he
drow
mentioned, I think is the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
As far as you can tell, this is the
This
place.
is where we're
supposed
cool.
to be.
Cool.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
So, I think it is fair, though, to say that whether or not they did expect to meet somebody, they probably shouldn't. I mean, if that guy that ran had truly thought that his people were going to survive, he wouldn't have left.
That's kind of my thinking, yes. I think that this person was
And so I
coming
don't
here as a
see a reason
last-ditch
to come
effort.
back.
I hope someone will come to rescue me, and I think that he was wrong.
I agree.
I mean, we could, if you wanted to wait, we could
I
try.
mean, we
The
can.
drow said if he was smart, this is where he would come.
That's true.
That
Not
is
if he was
true.
That's
desperate.
true. No,
That
that's
is
very
true.
true.
That is true.
We can wait.
Well, we can wait. I think.
Give me the robes.
You can have one of mine.
Do we only have goblin-sized robes? Because
Oh,
that's
these
gonna
are
be.
not goblin-sized.
They're not
robes.
goblin-sized.
Okay, great. I was
Glib
like,
is
because
also
if we
wearing-
don't.
Glib's also wearing the gold to cloth robes for whatever reason because he just took those.
Because they
So
suited
many
him best, I think.
robes, so little
Those are
time.
prior robes?
They're very similar to the prior robes, although the prior robes seem to be a pure platinum instead of gold or
Alin,
silver.
how good are you at possibly lying to people?
Yeah, can we...
Well, I don't really have to lie because if this guy is who we left with, then he can't talk.
Oh, that's a very good point.
That's also very fair. How good are you at pretending to be someone you're not?
I'm not great, but I'm okay. Could be worse.
It occurs to me that if we
What
are
is our
going
goal
to
with
wait,
this, actually?
Well,
if
if we're
we are
just gonna
going to
drop him,
wait-
then we can just. It doesn't
Yeah, we
matter
only
if I'm
need a
gonna
moment.
performing. I just
Alright,
have to
well-
draw him out.
All right, then.
Well,
If
we just
that-
need to get close.
That is
if
fair.
we are going to wait for the prior to come, it occurs to me that we should have one wait in disguise and the rest
Yes,
wait
right.
around.
Yes,
Those who are waiting
yes.
around should probably be more stealthy so that they are not noticed by big scary prior.
All right, that's
Um,
a very fair point.
And we should let Fen and Silas know what's going on so they don't think
If
we're
we
dead.
tell Moogie...
Agreed.
that she can... Do you think she can... Can you communicate that? I'm asking Movie. I know, I do trust you.
I mean,
Thank
she
God
can't
for
speak
Movie.
bird, but I'm sure she could deal with Silus.
Right? Like, at least tell them to worry. They have some kind of, like... They understand
Not
each
to
other.
worry.
Moogie, would you please tell Silus and Fen to just keep calm for a moment?
Keep calm.
Thank you, Moogie.
I hate to be a killjoy.
Yes.
I want to take this guy down too. But I think he's shown that he can outsmart us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we thought he went out through the back of the cave and that just went to a little fairy town, according to those guys. So, every
likelihood-
moment...
He didn't leave through the Fae gate.
No, he
Through
didn't.
the tunnel.
No, he left through like
Yeah,
a rock
he actually
wall.
did weave through the tunnel.
Yeah, but
Yeah, he
that
left
she
through the
didn't
same
actually
place
run
that you
through
did.
it. Sales looked and couldn't
Yeah.
send him.
Yeah, that's right. She looked for the trail. I'm worried that every moment we keep this guy here, there's more of a chance that somebody's going to kill our prisoner. It may just be that we just need to take him back.
Okay.
All
I
right.
mean, he needs to face justice. He doesn't get to die.
That is fair.
Well,
One moment, if that's what we're gonna do. Sorry, Glib, you go first.
Yes.
oh, well, maybe they have a prearranged time, too?
It's possible. Perhaps you can set a time limit
I
that
have
we
an
will
idea.
wait, and then we could head back. Would that be?
Yeah.
Can someone disrobe the prisoner? Please. I want his robes.
Oh,
Okay.
we have
take
some
off-
that he's not wearing.
We have robes if you would like robes.
Oh, good. Yes.
Okay.
I need robes. Robes that look like this cultist.
I mean, I have a set of those.
Yeah, Glib will.
There you go.
Glib has robes. There, great.
Sales will look around. She will gather bushes. Just sticks and twigs and she will stuff it to make it look like a body. Not like masterfully, but just kind of. She will place it on the ground. She will take out a rope. Put the rope around the cultist body, and cast snare. If anyone walks into this, don't walk into it. Don't.
Right.
They will go upside down.
Oh.
Oh,
You know, there's something with that straw-filled body that just makes me want to disagree with it.
No! A very, very, like, highbrow pun.
I know. Goodness me.
Well done.
Just applause.
Well
Good.
done.
I can't even be
That's-
upset about it.
I can't.
All right. So we should possibly wait. For
With this trap here.
how
Well,
long?
we could go back. We should bring this guy back to the cave.
That
and
is
maybe
fair.
brew up some coffee.
See, it's
I
I
started
would like
breakfast.
coffee. Yes,
Coffee's a good idea.
I would desperately like to drink coffee.
And we
right
just
now.
hope when we come back that he's just hanging from this tree upside down then.
Yeah,
All right.
I think
That is the
ideally that
ideal,
would,
yeah.
that is ideally what will happen. Yes.
I think maybe once we get settled in, we should probably at least have somebody keeping an eye here, though, or maybe Moogie could keep an eye and then fly back if he does get tangled
That's
up.
true.
Will I'm not, this is a mechanical question. Will I be able to tell when the spell goes off? Will I be able to tell that the magic has left me? Or
That's a good question about snare. I don't believe snare has an alarm element.
I was reading through and I don't think it doesn't say that I'll be notified or that there's an alarm.
Usually the sound of someone going, oh!
There you go.
Oh no.
If we had ample time to set ourselves up, would it perhaps be easier to be stealthed? Could Sails and I, like, really hole ourselves up in the bushes? And we'll have Moogie with us in case we're in danger, but we just literally hide. And even if the trap doesn't work, just to see if he comes, if he says anything, it might not detect our presence. It's risky, but if you did want someone waiting here, and you...
I would say that snare does not have an alarm element, by the way.
Gotcha.
Oh, sorry, I
From
thought
reading
we'd said
through
it.
No, you're good. Sorry.
Well, yeah.
I-
If you're up to it and you think you can get a little hidey hole going, we can
Would
take this guy back.
We can do that.
Would it be just you, Sales? Would it be you and Bryn staying here then?
I think we are best suited, perhaps. I mean, Glib is frequently more stealthy than I am, but, you know. But I'm not tired
Yeah, but I
either,
need
so...
that coffee.
That is
I mean,
also very
I can-
true.
You should all
I'd-
get rest.
Yes,
if possible.
as much as possible.
I think that ship has perhaps sailed.
Glib's
But I
got that,
was-
like, tired little kid energy where he's just kind of, like, looking in directions.
Oh.
Someone should take the small green one home, at the very least.
That
I
cave
don't
is
like
not our
calling that
home.
cave
And
home.
it's-
No, we're leaving the cave.
Yeah, we're getting out of here.
Finally, we need to leave this
Gotta
cave
go back to it first.
eventually. Yes.
Let's not overthink it.
But do you want... If something is to happen, is there any way that...
Well, I've got Moogie.
I mean, that still means we're a half a mile away from
Half a
you.
mile.
That's it.
I don't like the idea of leaving you here
I
alone.
don't like that.
In a duo.
Yeah,
alone.
but I mean, if our intention is
Well,
not to
They can
engage,
fly for a limited amount
that's
of
true
time.
too. If we have that just for a quick escape, we can go straight
We'll
up,
be very
and
stealth.
it's very difficult to follow us.
Indeed.
So, the question is, though, if your intention's not to engage, then what is your intention?
Yes.
Because you're not going to interview
That's true.
him, and he's not going to say anything to a stuffed body.
Here is another thought, and I think it will be a bit of an
Yes.
unpopular one. But if we do think so, as you said, as you mentioned, this person is very, very clever and perhaps a bit more powerful than his fellows. So I don't know if there is a chance of just taking him out, as it were. If what we want is information, maybe we give him his friend. I guess I will use that word loosely.
The
That
way
is a little
they've
bit
been
of a
treating
death
the rest-
sentence, perhaps.
I
now
mean-
that it comes out of my mouth.
I mean, the way they've been treating these, I don't think that whoever the leaders of this cult are going to be open to bartering about
No.
a life for information that does not seem to be
I
there.
mean, he didn't even know what happened to him. He just fell unconscious, right? He never saw us. We untie him, we leave him here. He
Yes.
came here and he collapsed.
Yes.
He has escaped his captors. He is going to report to his leader,
Yes.
but his leader already has all the information that this person can give him about us. So we hope that they say something revealing in the clearing. That is just a suggestion. I don't know that they will. He might just see him, dispatch him, and leave, and then it's useless. And we're responsible for the death of this person. And I understand that. If what we want is information, it's the only way that I can think of to get it.
It is possible we get a look at their face and know what they
That's
look
true.
like.
We had a
DM, we already know what this person's face
Yeah,
looks like.
maybe
right?
it's nothing.
Oh, that's right.
Fen threw an axe at him.
Fen never forgets the face that he's
You-
axed.
You had an experience where you did see the
A
person
face.
leaving.
Never mind then.
Great.
I'm sorry. It's nothing.
Perhaps
Also,
we should.
I think
I-
the reason
I
why
just-
they're killing each
Oh,
other
sorry,
is
yeah.
so that they don't tell us information. I
Yes.
don't think this guy's going to show up and just kill this
Yeah.
guy
Well, that's a load off my
as much
conscience.
as I want him to.
I was hoping they would talk
I
to
just-
each other before they left, was my thought. But
That's good.
if that's
Well,
ridiculous,
it'd be a
then
one-sided conversation.
that's true. Sometimes,
The only
when you're frustrated and you come back and everyone else has been killed and you monologue for a bit.
My problem is that
you like-
literally the best outcome I see here is him not showing up. If he does show up, you guys are at risk. If he spots you, if you try to engage, if he realizes that it's a trap, there's so many things that can go wrong.
Certainly.
And if I'm more than 18 seconds away,
It's not going to be good.
Then do we just
All right,
leave
how
the...
about we take this guy back,
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, Glib. Go.
we leave the thing, because, I mean, Sail's already made it, so might as well.
Yeah.
We take this guy back, let's just take a nap or something. And then, is this on our way back to Port Coev?
No, it appears to be the opposite direction.
Darn it.
Alright, so maybe before we head back, we just circle back around, take a look, and then...
And hope for the best.
Okay,
Sure.
yeah.
Get on
That-
our way.
That is agreeable to me.
Well, let's do it.
sling the cultist over my shoulder.
Would you like help with that?
No, it's alright. Thank you, though. He's pretty light. He didn't eat much.
There's a lot of blood.
They should have had a cut. He's lost a lot of blood.
Oh god. Can we just do that then, DM?
Yeah, you can do
Great.
whatever you like.
All right, let's walk back to the cave.
And we sing our marching band.
Yes, it is.
Just as
Irde is very
Throw
much
stealth to
not
the wind.
in the mood for singing.
as we are walking back, I want to use my free hand to tap Bryn on the elbow and just say, thanks, and kind of gesture towards the unconscious cultist, and then keep walking.
Of course.
Are you stealthing? Are you keeping an eye out, or are you just nosing
Can
back?
we do? We don't still have pass without trace,
Last
right?
for an hour.
We do.
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just depends if we want to sing or not. I think that kind of defeats the whole stealthing.
I will not be singing.
Sailsaba looking down at Glib, very tired, will offer her back if he wants to piggyback.
Who was
You're
it?
an angel.
Who ended up afraid of Irde
I'm not.
during the like?
Everyone
okay.
except for Alin and Fen, I think.
Everyone except Alin and Fen.
Yeah, I'm definitely walking.
All right.
I'm not going. I know the spell has dropped, but I'm not walking any closer to you.
Nope, that tracks. And
But I'm trying to be real subtle about it.
So, DM, speaking of that, knowing the history of the Aasimar and the history of the Tieflings,
Oh, thank you.
would I understand what Irde's particular flavor of Aasimar is?
especially after
I would-
backstory stuff
I would
happened.
say, yeah, you distinctly know exactly, like,
Okay. Cool.
You-
So I know what her ish is. Got it.
yeah.
Sweet.
I was like, especially because I literally had to talk to you about like
right.
what's
I mean,
going
but like, who knows, right?
You
No.
you know
that's fair.
the flavor of this blend.
on. Yes.
that's
We left the drow prisoner awake, right?
Oh no.
no.
No,
Glib,
not
No,
exactly.
Glib punched him.
I did exactly 1 non-lethal damage to him.
Yeah.
Because my strength is 10.
Great.
Killing it.
So, are we are stealthing, right? That's the plan.
Yeah, I got
I
a
believe so.
21. on
At,
my
dis-
pass
at
without
disadvantage because exhaustion.
and Sales, you are actually also rolling a disadvantage.
Yes.
I
yes, yes.
turn and glance at Irde and disappear into the foliage. 33.
Very nice. Yeah, you are gone.
Irde is angsting hard because that's a 9.
no.
Oh.
15.
Is but 19?
That's 19 though.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're right. That is
She
19.
somehow
So
rolled
we're
a
fine.
-1.
Yeah.
Plus 10.
Shoot!
21.
I don't know.
21?
I totally forgot. I asked about pass without trace and immediately
That's fine.
forgot about pass.
And then Alan, what did you get?
15.
Okay. Are any of you keeping an eye out or anything like that?
I'd like to.
Sales will.
Yeah, I'd like to. do
Yeah.
Do you all want to make separate survival checks at disadvantage, or perception or survival checks at disadvantage, or do you want one person to make it as a straight roll?
I would like one of our more perceptive people, to do it as a straight roll because
That's true.
Statistically,
I mean, sure.
Statistically.
we should
feel
all
like
do it at disadvantage.
I mean, all right. If that is what you would like to do, we will do that
I'm
then.
rolling mine is a straight roll, but it's going to be at the disadvantage if I suck at it.
Yeah, okay, but that's true, because you are the one that also does not have, you got
Yeah,
a
it's
full
a 6.
trance, so.
It's hard to see
That
when you're
is
this far
a-
into the trees.
It's a 12 for me.
Mine's a 3.
17.
17.
But it could have been at 20.
Oh.
You
Gotta
keep
sleep.
your eyes on
Yes.
the forest
Something.
and find your way back to the cave, and everything seems to be fine.
Glib, Sales is doing her full height, so you are at 6 feet.
Yeah.
Seeing the world at 6 feet.
You are so
That's
tall
why
now.
It threw me off. I'm like, I don't have all my usual hallmarks. I can't tell where the ground is.
Where Fen and Silus doing all this time.
But yeah, y'all make it back to the cave.
Great.
So during this time, Silas has taken the legs off of some of the beds, and
Really thought you were going to say the cultist.
I was
as soon as we left.
like, that got a lot darker
Really
than I
dark, real
expected.
fast.
taking the legs off of some of the beds and taking the like the bedding and stuff like that, and just made a small fire, and I light it with prestidigitation, and I take the coffee pot and I start to put a pot of coffee on.
Oh,
Oh,
and
you're
I'm
a
just
saint.
I am
My beds.
I am I'm sitting on one of the remaining beds and in front of the fire, looking at the drow, and just I stare at him for like 10 solid minutes without moving.
Creepy.
And at the end of it, I like, as the coffee starts to smell like coffee, I say, I should kill you right now.
Don't tempt me, Silas. I've already been ordered not to do it.
I know. And I will get up, and I'm going to go to the other room, and I'm going to scratch out the runic circle that's on the ground there, and I'm going to destroy that as much as I can.
Good. Okay. Yeah, and you spend your time scratching away at whatever was painted and or carved and or whatever the heck it is, and you feel pretty confident with your work.
Yeah. Knock over the dais and everything, and then come back and get some coffee.
Yep.
Fenn's just got his side to the drow, but he just kind of glances over and then...
You hear up. Silas pushes the rock off the top of it.
That's got to be a heavy rock.
Silas is a strong boy.
Silas is weirdly strong.
Silas is weirdly strong.
Let's just working out.
Like
Throw you back
muscling his
out
way
there,
out all the
Silas.
lockers
I
in school.
imagine, have we talked, like, I imagine Cheaty from
Yes,
The Good
yes, yes,
Place?
yes, right?
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Weirdly,
He was
randomly
just, like,
built.
weirdly ripped, and it's like,
Yeah.
He's so strong because of his immense amounts of anxiety.
yes, yes.
Taking
that.
He's just constantly tense, so all of his muscles are always working out all the time.
I was going to say taking
There we
the
go.
only
trips back in the
explanation.
library is for suckers. You're carrying all the books at once.
Oh man, carrying
Yeah,
two
yeah,
stacks of 100 books each.
All right. So,
right.
we get back to the cave, to the
Yeah.
smell of coffee, I hope.
You make it back to the
Yeah.
cave perfectly fine. Smell of coffee, brewing and bubbling in a pot.
They did it.
And
Those
unfortunately,
madmen did it.
All right.
everyone but Aym'Bryn takes their point of inspiration. Exhaustion.
Silus and,
Inspiration, yes.
No, no,
The other
no,
one,
no,
no.
the other one, the other one, the
No,
other
no,
one.
you're
I like the other one a lot better.
No.
Fen,
Sorry.
even though they were just waiting here.
Oh, I was busy.
Oh
I was
yeah,
doing
Silas
stuff.
Because
pushing rocks. Never
it's-
mind.
Yeah, we didn't get a full rest.
Well, and it's 2 hours of
Yeah.
light,
The activity.
and
yeah.
they
Yeah. Yep.
Had already-
that- all
good.
tracks.
yeah.
All tracks.
Anybody like some coffee?
Oh, so much.
Yes.
Yes, please. And then let's get the hell
Yes,
out of this
please.
cave.
Please, let's
Is there
go.
any way to just
I-
set
I-
fire to this whole?
Um,
No,
No,
the
there's
Fey
faith
village.
that live here.
Alin, Irde, Aym'Bryn, and Fen. As you walk back to your bags, you do see little flowers resting upon them.
I was not at the Fey Village.
That's
No, we weren't.
exactly
None
why
of,
you
none of
get.
them were.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
None
I
of
was
you
like,
guys were at the Fey village.
okay. So the
Oh, that's
copy.
nice.
Because I think in the recap you said that I was, and I was like, I wasn't there.
Sorry.
No, I think this was because when I got a natural 20 on my check
Oh,
for
yeah.
when we were on watch, and I saw something glimmery happening.
And you just
with
ignored it.
Stuff.
Understand.
Glib's not a narc.
All right.
Yeah.
So there's a flower on my bag.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
Um,
flower.
Yeah, you actually see a little pansy sitting there, a little purple and blue, or purple and black. There are snowdrops on Aym'Bryn's. Alin, you see a sprig of lavender. And Fen, what did I have as
Matches your soap.
Fen.
There's also a fish.
Yes. Fen, you have a carnation.
Oh, cute.
What incarnation?
I'm gonna walk over.
What incarnation?
What incarnation?
Are they like freestanding? Are they growing? How?
Yeah,
Those are
group
just
sprouting
little-
out of
sitting
your
there?
bag.
On
Just a
top
little-
of your packs.
They're just on top.
Just a little flower.
I will pick it up.
I'm gonna. I'll set those in my this side, I suppose. I'll set them under my hair, and then I'm gonna walk over to Silas and just encourage Moogie out of my hand and hold her out to him. Safe and sound.
Thank you. Everything all right? Looked like it.
Dare I say yes? Quite smoothly, all things considered.
Well, Fenn's gonna tap Alin. You still got that liquor?
Yeah. Oh, I hand over my flask to him.
I'm gonna take the flask. I'm gonna walk over to Irde. Just a shot in the coffee. It's gonna make you feel better.
I don't think it will, but thank you.
If you need to talk, you let me know. All right.
I will.
And
This-
Fenn's kind of... fuck it. And he throws back a little bit of it, and he hands the flask back to Alin.
You can have more. It's fine.
I
Take
really
as much as
shouldn't.
you want. All right.
I'll empty that flask if I have as much as I want.
Yeah, don't do that. I'm gonna need some later. So, but thanks.
That's fair.
Shouldn't drink 12 hours
is
before
the
you're going to be
first time-
flying.
Well,
Sorry,
what are you
Josh.
saying, Josh? Hold on. What are you saying, Josh?
This is the first time Glib has poured himself coffee out of the.
Oh, we made a terrible mistake.
Just because everybody else.
who let this happen?
I am distracted.
It shows his moment.
Wow, this tastes different. This is delicious.
Oh,
And his
shit.
hat pops off.
Can we get rid of the point of exhaustion?
how it normally tastes. This is ridiculous.
Can we please get rid of Glib's point of exhaustion
Right?
because of coffee?
Overwhelmed
And Glib
by
does not
coffee.
have the caffeine tolerance that the rest of us
And
do.
he just popped the
And he just-
cap of the young crier.
So I am arguing for Glib does not have a point of exhaustion
For at least the first hour.
for at least part
That's
of the
mastery
day.
hard.
I will
This is the hill we'll die on.
I will give him a relief from the point of inspiration for about an hour and a half. almost two.
Exhaustion.
Or exhaustion. I don't
I don't
know
want
what
it.
it is.
The other one.
If we
But today it's extra good.
good session, guys.
I
See you
will.
next week.
I will go over to the drow. I will go over to the drow and I will take the leather loop out and I will rub that between my fingers and mutter a couple of words and I will cast levitate on the sleeping drow and I will grab him by the ropes and I will just start pulling him. And I say, please, let's get the hell out of this cave.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Couldn't have
please.
said it better myself. Let's go.
So start to pull him out. This only lasts for 10 minutes, so someone's going to need to help me.
In a moment.
I got it.
Yes. So who's carrying the other unconscious dude?
No, I've still got him.
All right.
I still have a wild
We can switch
shape
off,
left.
though.
You also have a white shape.
So
I would say maybe safe.
Actually,
on to that.
because Circle of the Moon gets him back at a short rest, right?
yeah.
We're
So you're good.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Short rest.
Oh, lucky.
didn't realize that.
And if
lucky
anyone
ducks.
needed to roll hit dice, you can also roll hit dice.
Fine. I get nothing back on
Already
a short
did.
rest. So good stuff.
should-
Good stuff.
So I have two wild shapes. So
Nice.
So we start
I can
the.
be a pack mule.
So
we pop
we
the
fly
flight
off.
zones.
Faster if we fly, right? Says.
I agree.
Yeah.
We should at least try to all fly for now.
I
Yes.
was just thinking, what if Sail's wild shaped and then got the flight thing so she could be like a bear with wings?
That would be really, really cool.
Oh damn!
I like it.
I kind of
If
want to
we
see
miss this
that.
opportunity to have a bear with wings, we're never going to forgive ourselves.
Fun fact: I didn't know a bear didn't already have wings. I didn't know.
Alan,
like,
Alan,
never thought about
we
it.
need to take you somewhere where you can just see animals.
Yeah, that'd be
Let's
cool.
Yeah, you should have lived with me
Cool.
for about 15 years.
In fact,
You would've
no,
seen
I
plenty of
take it
bears.
back. I take it back. I have seen a bear. However, that bear was an owl bear, so it was kind of this weird in between.
yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't think that's quite the same, but yeah.
All right, we are out of the cave,
Yes.
please.
How do
Yes.
these
Yeah.
I would just like to say that aside from that interaction with Fen, Irde has probably not said a single word this entire time.
Also, before we leave, Glib leans over the side. It's like, all right, bye guys.
You hear some jingling at the bottom of the cave that just
Farewell.
somewhere deep in
Enjoy
your
your
heart
cave.
means bye.
Oh,
We'll miss you.
if any bad people show up, let me know. We'll come back and we'll beat them up.
Okay.
Oh my god.
As we get out of the cave, I want to go over to Sailsaba and say, Sailsaba, I can't do the earth-moving thing. Could you dig me a hole about 5 feet deep?
Ah, yes. Sails will kneel down, and the best way that you can think to describe is that she just encourages the dirt to do as she will of it.
That's beautiful. You are tough as an earthbender. This is
I will-
outside of the cave, right?
Yes, we are out of the cave.
Never going
Make
back.
a
I know
the
it's just
cave.
from
Never
us.
going
will
back.
complications could have arisen.
I will take the bones of the sacrificed people, and I will put those in the earth.
Okay.
Then I will start to cover those as well.
Fantastic. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I have the lantern. All right, we're good.
Yes, that's important. Let's please make sure we have the lantern.
Would you like to put the lantern in here? And I show the bag.
Would that cause a problem? It being so magical?
Do I know if it would cause a problem?
They are not similar styles of magic, so it should be just fine.
It is. It's
Because the reason
kind of nice to think that nothing non-humanoid can attack us while we're moving.
I could probably carry the lantern while flying.
Well, yeah, I'm just wondering if putting the lantern in the bag of holding turns it off.
Oh, well, I mean...
That's a fair point.
You
It
do
is
not-
technically... It
I'll
is
be
an
able
extra
to
dimensional
tell.
space,
One way to
so...
find out.
I don't think we should risk that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Or
it might turn back on. I just mean, like, its effects won't affect the surrounding
Right.
area.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fair. It was just a suggestion.
I can just carry it.
All this time, they could have
Yeah.
just
The rock
broken
and-
into the places where the lanterns were, stuffed them in a bag of holding, and it would have been finished.
Maybe that's
Well,
how they
they're
did
making-
it. This bag of holding was there. That's how they got it.
I mean, we don't know if
that's
it works or not. Let's try it real quick.
The world ends.
Okay, put the lantern in the bag of holding.
The whole sails'
Here
hand.
we go.
And this is how we actually cause the apocalypse.
It stops working.
The lantern stops working.
The effects seem to be pulled back at the very least.
So
You
all
do
of
see
the
glow.
regular chicken clucking turns into abyssal
Oh, that's
chicken
horrible.
clucking.
Take it back out again.
No.
So let's get it out. Get it out.
I'm sorry. Here, take it. and shove it in Glib's hands.
I'll just carry it. Shall we?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Take out the rock stone.
Fantastic.
The rock stone.
Yeah, and
The
you
high stone.
you fly up, and you have complete control over how you move and everything like that. It is essentially just a very long fly spell. As you have already traversed this path on the ground, you do have a general idea and direction of how to get back to Koov, and you fairly easily can make your way there. Flying at the speed you're flying, since you're kind of just like zooming over all the issues and all of the things that slowed you down, you actually are able to make it there in a day.
Nice.
About 10 minutes in, my arm goes very down and I start to fall very quickly as the levitate spell fades.
Silas, do you need
Fenn
help?
was...
Please.
Oh,
yes,
I thought I grabbed him before we took off.
Oh no, I didn't know that. I thought I still had him.
Silas was using him as a balloon for a while.
I think narratively it's best if Silas just drops and then
Yeah.
Fenn helps, because that's great.
Yeah. I'll take it. I'll take him, Silas.
Thank you.
Your drow balloon stopped working.
It's just...
My shoulder.
Fen, I thought you had the other.
No,
No, Alin had the
No,
other one.
Alan's got the
has
other
the other
guy.
one.
That
Irde
was-
has a lantern. Alin had the cultist.
Cultist. Fen.
Silas, now Fenn has the drow.
The drow.
Right.
Okay, cool. Keeping things
I
straight.
want to be a flying
Okay,
bear.
yes.
But we could save one of them for later, because I can warhorse or dire wolf and keep up with you guys.
But you'll be going through the trees.
Trees,
and,
and
that
then
takes so long.
I think
stones only
it would be
last-
best if you are flying with us.
Part of
a
the
day.
reason why I say you are able to make it in a day is you can
'Cause
do a
we are-
direct shot.
Straight shot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it
Around
is best if you're
Previously,
if you're
you
in
had
the
to take-
air with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There-
In that case, Sales will have her cup of coffee and be like, "Oh, we're going. Oh well," and then turns into bear, and you have a flying bear.
Now, these rocks, do we sprout wings, or this is mostly for the bear?
The bear. The bear is the only one who sprouts
this is
wings.
just the
Mostly
fly
for
spell,
the
but
bear.
the bear.
Because this is an aesthetic set of wings, I will allow the wild shape, if Suze would like it, to include wings that don't necessarily work, but they look great.
What do the wings
Oh,
look
little
like?
tiny wings.
Oh, yes, this is
What do the
little...
Actually, what do the wings look like?
It's entirely up to Suze.
I'm asking Suze, what do the wings look like?
The wings. Okay, we're just gonna go all the way with this. They look like the most beautiful butterfly wings on a big furry bear that you
Amazing.
ever did see.
She's a butter bear.
She's a butter bear. They are too small. They are absolutely too small for
To carry a bear.
And she spends the entire time kind of like circling around Alin so he can get a 360 view.
This is
Of
the
a
first
flying
time
bear.
Alan's seen a bear. This is a bear to Alan.
Can we all just
Yeah, this whole
agree to
flying
tell
thing.
him that that's 100% what they always look like?
So we
This
fly to
flying-
Port Cove.
Yeah. It's very exciting to Glib for the first 40 minutes or so, and then it gets really tired.
Oh no, he's a
So
sweat.
he's like doing loops and stuff. He's just like, oh god.
I think Irde, once Sales does that, just looks for a second, is like, keeps going.
At one point, the bear may take Glib in its mouth to sort of help, or like snout him along if he needs a little motivation.
Moogie's flying alongside us, but starts to like lag behind because she's only got 50 feet of flying. Put her on the horn. She's just got her wings
Just
out.
carry.
Is it like Nana in Peter Pan?
Yeah.
Oh no.
She's just not going as fast, so she has to like sit on Silas's horns and just have her wings out catching the air the entire time.
Aw. If any of you fall asleep, you will get a tongue to the face. You will be licked by a flying bear.
What if I just want to be licked by a flying
Threaten me
bear?
with a good time.
Right?
You
I-
get licked if you want to get
Oh
licked.
God.
It's more of like if you can prevent yourself from being licked.
So
Yeah.
we fly to Port Cove.
It takes you the full day that it would essentially, like, as much time that you would need to travel. It takes you a full day of travel.
Great.
And as the sun starts to set slowly over the horizon, you land in Port Cove.
I'm gonna do
Just
an acrobatics check.
Collapse
Do
onto
cool.
our knees and like fall
Fall
asleep, on
asleep,
the top. Except for Aym'Bryn.
Yep.
I would like to find Edward and Ike, actually,
Oh yes, right away.
Okay.
because I'm literally holding a lantern.
All right. Go ahead and, well, yeah, I guess roll me a perception check.
Disadvantage.
If we
Yeah,
just say his
unfortunately.
name,
Edward.
it'll pop up. Yeah.
I pay.
I sure
Actually,
am
yes.
trying hard
Can
to
I?
do something
Can
right
I just
now.
say, Edward? Edward?
I'd really like to find that
Oh
guy.
yeah, wish I knew who that guy was.
Hold on.
Or who's not that guy, you know?
Just really quick. It's fine.
I'm trying to do a thing.
Well, my perception check was a whole 7. Could have been.
Can I give her help
less.
by casting burning hands into the air, just
I don't
straight
know.
up,
Like-
just a fireball?
A flare gun? Oh my god.
Any of this
that's
would-
amazing.
What
I
if we
will
just start
actually say
attacking
you
one of
don't
the
necessarily-
buildings?
What about the
Okay.
fact that I'm walking into town carrying a glowing lantern? Does that help?
Yeah.
Sales are just yowling.
We broke Irde.
Yeah, like, it takes a couple of seconds, but after a couple of seconds, he did roll an advantage. He just rolled terribly, because really an 8 plus, I mean, it's a good thing he has so many pluses, but
Yeah, I thought he was a magic
at
effect.
some point, Edward walks over
The
to you
one
and
thing,
says,
like they probably have noticed for like the past like 1,000 feet because the lantern's
Yeah.
effects have like
oh, he did.
range.
Yeah, no, he's having one of those nights. But
Same.
Yeah, he,
I rolled a 21.
Okay.
that's fair. He's on his way over to you.
Great.
Good job,
But
Betty. You found
Edward
him.
and his circuits. But Fen is definitely the first one to notice him. Is just kind of like,
great.
you made it.
We did. We had some help.
We flew into town on magic wings with a bear. That's what you have. We have the lantern. All we get is a that's
Yeah.
great.
You made it? Yeah. Come on. A little bit of fanfare.
You got what? Who are they?
You saved your own town, and I at least pretended to
Do
be
you
relieved.
remember?
You did a wonderful job. Really, I
Well.
think you did a great. We appreciate
Where's
it
iPad?
thoroughly.
We
Yes,
need a
yes, yes, yes.
professional.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Where's iPad?
Well,
I'm really not good at this. Okay,
Edward, as we discussed over the coin, we did have a couple of.
That's right. You mentioned the great. He flicks one of his coins in the air and whispers something. quietly and then kind of like pauses, and then after like 2 or 3 minutes, out of kind of nowhere, Ipe comes running out. You're back! Welcome! Wow! You did a wonderful job!
Good, I'm glad someone's proud of us.
There we go.
Thank
Much
you.
better.
Thank you, Aym'Bryn.
Okay, so these are probably the guys you were talking about, right? We've got that guy, we've got that guy. They don't look very nice. You have the lantern! It's beautiful. Thank you so much for bringing it back to us. We're very excited. I think that covers all of you.
Irde, can I drop the drow?
I mean, I assumed you put him down at one point.
Yeah.
Why are you asking me?
Because you told me I couldn't hurt him, and if I drop him, he might land on his head.
Just drop him. Where's that?
Just put.
Irde's just going to walk away.
I have a spell that can make sure that he doesn't die. It's okay.
Fantastic. Fen
So-
chucks him onto the ground.
We are extremely tired, most of us. However, there are some things that we should speak about.
I would
We
imagine.
encountered these people, these cultists, what we believe attempting to destroy the lantern, and may have destroyed other artifacts or relics beforehand. So we have reason to believe that they might attempt this sort of thing once more. So we would need to get into contact with the town master or someone to send word out to redouble efforts, because to prevent people from stealing the lantern again, or this one or any other town. People
They're
are
already
coming for the
moving on-
lanterns.
They're
And they're
already
moving-
moving on another target as we speak.
The 3 that stole it are moving to the next town along the chain of whatever that chain it might be.
Has he told you anything?
Very little.
That's what we got.
Okay. I might have something that'll help. Are you guys okay with me doing something and then, like, because he's your prisoner, so I don't want to, like...
Oh, no,
we
no, no.
brought
it's
him
a-
to you
a
so that
gift.
you can...
Oh, okay, thank you. That's, I mean, probably my least favorite gift I've ever been given, but it's appreciated nonetheless.
Fen points
I
at the
get it.
cultist. Those ones try to kill themselves, though, so you might want to...
And they don't have tongues.
I will keep a very good eye on that, because that is a very concerning method of... okay.
It's all very
Unpacking that
concerning.
bag later. Unpacking that bag later. And she walks up to the drow. Ben, would you mind just kind of putting him on his knees, really, or just holding him up a little?
Oh, fantastic, yes, I can do that. And Fen props him up.
Fantastic. She puts her hand like this on his face, so that 3 fingers are on his forehead, 2 fingers are kind of on his cheeks, and you can see his eyes. And then her eyes start to glow. And as that happens, he's still knocked out, but it almost seems like there's like push back and forth, and she's standing there with like force. And then she pulls back, and her eyes go quiet, and she goes, "So they were responsible for it. While you were gone, we got reports that Oberverin had been attacked. The lantern is still there, and everything seemed to be all right. They managed to hold everything back, but there was an attack that seemed to cause a lot of damage to the city. Knowing that they're responsible is stressful. I also got a forest near Liasidwin in the northeast. I don't know what's the importance of it. There seems to be a set of Yuan-Ti ruins? Ruins?
You said around... Keeper, you said around Liasidwin, right?
Yes, northeast of Liasidwin.
All right.
Would any of that strike me, having grown up there?
You can roll me a history check if you'd like.
And would I know anything about Yuan-Ti ruins?
Yeah, you can roll me a
let's see
history
this
check if you'd like.
Let's see this disadvantage on my not
Yes,
great
unfortunately, all of
intelligence.
this is going to be a disadvantage.
Yep. Nope, I know.
Oh, you're talking about the snake forest.
Well,
That is a natural 20 and a 13, so that's still a mod 20
So
for me.
fun fact, it was a natural 20 and a 3.
Oh, no.
So
Honey.
good
I
time.
mean,
good time.
disadvantage twins, though.
The location and everything like that doesn't really ring a whole lot of bells for you. For a second, you think you get it, and then you're just kind of like, no, that's not
no.
Silas, your moment of clarity actually brings you to a little bit of clarity, even though you pass off the moment of thought that you had as like a weird dream that you had this one time. You do know that before the gods left, there were kind of different civilizations that were a little outside of when the world was a little bit less dangerous for people. Mm-hmm. There were little civilizations that were outside of the cities, and sometimes they were specific to different races. There was supposed to be a section of forest that was inhabited by Yuan-Ti, the same way that the ruins that you passed recently were inhabited by giants. So it sounds like a similar thing. Past that, there's not really much to know.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
But yeah.
More than fair.
Something was strange about it, though. I mean, Detect Thoughts isn't necessarily the easiest spell, even with the little bit of buff that I get from... But,
I'm sorry. What was the name of the spell?
Detect Thoughts.
That's the
Yeah,
thing?
but what does it do?
I can read people's minds. Just the surface thoughts. And usually it's not a touch spell, but I get a little bit of an oomph from everything when I touch people, because it allows it's very complicated the way that particular magic works.
I'll explain it to you later, Fen.
Yeah, you can read thoughts, and then if you try really hard and concentrate, you can get a little deeper. Normally I can get quite a lot from someone, especially after I've delved a little further. His mind was
Warped.
cloudy. Warped. It was like there was some kind of corruption there. Like there were things I couldn't see, which is very weird for me, honestly, a little bit.
Right. Yeah. That is interesting. So you're going to explain this to me later, right?
I'll get to you later, yes.
Fantastic, all right.
So you've seen the Yuan-Ti ruins and... what was the other thing?
Obervaren.
Obervaren's attack.
I believe that his thoughts made it seem like that's where Thurvan and Riven went.
And Obervaren?
Obervaren, yes.
And Obervaren is a larger town, right? It's not like a small town.
It's
like
it's about the same. Actually, Cove is slightly larger than Obervaren.
Oh,
It's real small. Sales and I passed through there.
It's kind of a dilapidated fishing village type thing.
Oh, okay.
And then the Yuan-Ti thing is just she had some kind of she's picking up that, not it was also attacked in some way.
No, she just picked up that was something that was important, but she couldn't get a solid beat on it.
Also, did you know if you put one of the lanterns in a bag of holding, it just kind of like stops?
I did not know that. That's
just a heads
good
up.
to know, right?
Yeah.
We suspect that was how it was taken.
Oh.
Without anyone noticing. We found, and I hold up the bag of holding on my hip, and just found this in front of it.
That's useful. So I would have to go to Heroes Hall to get your money. Do you want to come with me, or do you want to stay here? Or
Fen pulls the small leather bag with the crystal and the metal off of his hip that was also found on the altar. You may want to have a look at this too.
She takes it. I'll actually roll. This dice.
Oh, did we ever figure out if that was the...
We did.
Nope, that's what I'm checking on right now.
Oh, well, he would know better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Edward got it.
They're both so much smarter than us.
And they don't have exhaustion right now.
And they don't have exhaustion.
So
I
that's-
take exception to that.
You're tired.
Except for you, Silas.
and
You're
I need
tired.
to-
They might be wiser than me.
And you're still tired.
Oh, that's right. She has the headband. That's nice.
Damn it.
14.
No, that's 19.
That's 19, so I'm still technically smarter.
Yeah, so you're smarter by one. So they both kind of look at it and blink at it a little bit, and Edward goes, I'm a betting man. And I would bet that is someone trying to make a lantern.
Interesting. I would have said it was someone practicing to destroy one. What makes you think they were trying to make one?
He picks up one of the pieces of metal and holds it out to you. Says, "This has snakes on it."
So like a lantern or like an anti-lantern?
I mean,
Ooh, that shines dark light.
it's a bit hard to tell in all honesty, but if I
We'll
were a
call
betting
them A, they'll call
man,
them B.
I'd say that someone was trying to make some kind of lantern. And the fact that you found it in a place where they wanted to destroy lanterns, it
'Cause it does seem kind of like a waste to make one if you're just going to break the
Oh,
other one.
what if they were trying to move the spark, the magic, from one to another, but much like when somebody put a regular lantern on the pedestal, it just wasn't quite there.
someone put a what?
Oh, it's fine.
I
You're
distract
tired.
her by taking out my my notebook, and I show both of them the runic circle that I copied down. And I said, on the altar piece, there was this runic circle. I'm not sure how versed you are in arcane languages and equations, but this was around it. I don't know if this means anything to you. I couldn't quite discern exactly what it was for, but
You think they needed to kill the guy in order to move the spark? Is like the fuel?
a sacrifice might have been necessary.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh,
There were a
was
couple of
sacrifice.
sacrifices. Some cult members that were sacrificed and some other people who were unfortunately taken.
Big explosion about 10 days prior to our arrival.
That I don't think was
Yeah,
deliberate.
this guy's a real piece of work.
That's very disconcerting. I these look like runes that have a lot to do with decreasing power, and this one is actually used from protection for good and evil. Protection from good and evil, which is odd to have in a circle that seems to be mostly about destruction.
Well, if there is a large power of either good or evil, and they're trying to transfer this power, the moment it is unleashed, it would make sense that they need some sort of ward for it. Actually,
I bet it turned out to be neutral, though. That's why it blew up in their faces.
it's very possible. Actually, Ipe, do you recognize this? And I actually pull out the holy symbol of the dude who killed himself, cultist.
His religion plus.
We should have given him a nickname.
I have also never seen this. Can
Yeah.
I roll on that as well?
You can roll me a religion check. Oh God, I forgot that I gave her that high of a religion.
All right, well, then if I need to.
Well,
Can we have food? Can we talk about this over food?
I would really
Food.
Of course, yes.
like to, I would
so
like I would
sorry.
like to
And can we put
I'm so sorry.
these people somewhere more permanent?
Is there a prison
Secure.
They're
or
really
Yes,
good, especially
yes.
this one, at not being tied up anymore. So I would, the more bonds that.
Oh,
Just be real
yes,
careful.
yes, no, absolutely. I would be more than yes. And actually, and she kind of digs in like her pack. She looks like she's less dressed than like she doesn't really have her armor or anything, but she does have her bag over her shoulder. She kind of digs in her bag and kind of takes out 2 little mittens and puts them on his hands. It's not much, but it should do for now at least. Would you okay.
And those will restrain him.
Sorry, order of operations. Okay, so
Yes.
they kind of look at each other for a second and then look at the holy symbol and just kind of like wince a little bit. I mean, it's a cult symbol for sure.
There is an old myth, is really the best way I can put it, about something called the Cult of Ruin.
Oh, yep, there it is.
They were
That is.
they were a cult of creatures corrupted by some outside force that rebelled against the gods, and
Some people, in a lot of different cases and a lot of different stories, people say that the reason that the gods left was because of the Cult of Ruin.
that somehow they were able to chase away the gods for some unknown reason. In fact, some people say that Kakofan used to be a giant, and that somehow, over time, for some reason, he chose the dwarf form instead and lost some of his... Yeah. Lumph. It's...
Some pixies said that Rowdry stuck around.
Rowdry is kind of weird because he's not just for the prime material plane. He's kind of like when we borrow back and forth, which is kind of interesting. So it's very possible that he's still actively present, just on a different plane.
Our God exchange program.
Yeah, precisely. I mean, I will say that while we were in the Feywild, Rowdry seemed to have a lot more presence. A lot of the Archfey talked like they had, met him, gone to parties, that sort of thing.
Fey presence.
Would you say?
Yeah, that one.
I bet.
God.
Should we go get food now?
Yes, Alin.
Yes.
But Alin, go ahead.
There was
Sorry.
a point I had asked these guys about how the lanterns decided what to keep out, and Edward got me thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You seem to have a pretty good knowledge of these lanterns, yes? A pretty lengthy experience with them?
I've spent a lot of time looking into what religion is.
Great. Would you say that in the presence of a lantern, the darkness is removed, or that the light of the gods is added? Because those are two different kind of scenarios.
Yeah, sometimes you have to turn off the
One of the
dark.
pixies follows us here.
Oh, don't go there, Josh. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Sorry.
So, it's sort of like the light of divine power radiates out, keeping out not necessarily dark, because there's light and dark, there's Elenil and Melanil, there's two sides. It keeps out, some people call it like corruption, an element of aberration.
All right, so just to assuage my fear, the lantern doesn't give the gods a route back into this world, right?
No, it is a piece of them that they left behind so that they could keep us safe.
Okay, thank you. That's all I needed to know. Thank you.
Are you worried about the gods returning?
No, Edward mentioned that they seem to be building a lantern. If the gods use the lanterns to bring themselves back in pieces or in their energy, then you could build a lantern to bring something else in. That's what I'm worried about.
Very good point.
But if that's
And
not
the pixies told us that a serpent named Lehefle that the Cult of Ruin worships was
Lehefle.
chained. That thing, yeah. It was chained in some extraplanar. I don't know. Silus and them are better at that.
No, you're doing great, Ben.
22? 16 plus 6 is what?
22.
22.
Cool, I can do math. Sorry. And that's a...
The rest of us are
For some reason,
nerds.
everyone's math disappears when they're playing D&D.
Oh yeah,
High stress,
but everyone
high
else can do it
stress.
around you.
I
Yeah,
don't
absolutely.
have math to begin with, so this really doesn't help me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I still count up.
I am
Nothing
not
wrong
made
with
of a
that.
math. Math and I are not
That's
friends. We've
what we
met
have
once,
fingers
and it
for.
really wasn't a positive conversation.
It's
Yeah,
my
yeah,
digital
yeah.
cat.
Yeah, I mean, Edward.
Honestly,
Edward kind of like nods a little bit and looks a little like shaken. Ipe says, I don't know that I can necessarily connect the Cult of Ruin and everything like that to what's going on now in a way that would make a lot of sense. There's still a lot of things that I probably need to look up and research, and I could talk to my home, my abbey, but
Lev Halfley is whispered, and I mean, it's a story to keep kids awake at night. It's to tell you, like, oh, careful, or Lev Halfley will come back and eat your soul. Like, it's not...
I don't think we can consider any of these things stories anymore.
I don't think so.
No.
I think you might be right. I mean, I can promise I'd look into it, but if Lev Halfley is real and everything that he stands for is he's about as scary as those things in your vision, Silus.
I don't think there's much of a difference. I will conjure a very small, like an orb over my hand of just a small serpentine snake, and just, I think he's very much one and the same.
Kind of think you might be right. And I don't really want to fuck with that.
I was retired, man! Okay, great. In the morning, why don't we get you guys a meeting with the town master? You have done enough. If you don't want to deal with this anymore, you have done enough. Like, you have seriously, I cannot stress enough. You have done enough.
Okay, Silus, my word, Edward. I'm gonna say this through wherever he goes.
I put my hand on Edward's shoulder, probably a little brusquely, and just squeeze it and I say, I appreciate what you're trying to say. I cannot leave this alone.
Okay, that's fair.
Thank you, though.
So in the morning, we'll get you a meeting with the town master. If you're okay with us sitting in with you, I think both of us would feel a little bit more comfortable doing that.
I think that would be a good idea.
And then...
They don't get us adventuring.
Yeah, well, yeah, especially... there's some people around town master that are interesting. But yes, we will get you a meeting with the town master in the morning. You will get paid. We will leave the gold at the Noble Intentions for you. Spas on me, seriously, dudes. Like, take some kind of a break. Take a day. I'm not saying forever. I'm just saying a day. Take a day. But if you want dinner, we can do dinner.
Dinner sounds wonderful.
That is good. Is there like a local place though? You know, maybe like not the Noble Intentions, but like
I mean,
Fish's
there's
Tavern.
fishes for food.
well,
for
no,
food-
for,
oh,
to
For
stay.
staying, I don't.
I mean, I got a better. My treat. There's a better place for dinner than fishes. Trust me, you're good.
Oh, but I miss him already.
All right.
Well, I'm sure he will be more than happy to serve you as much alcohol as you
Okay,
would
so we
like.
go a fancy place for dinner, fishes
Okay.
for drinks afterwards, because...
Yes. Glib,
That's a
that's
good
why
idea.
you're...
But first, Irde,
Yes.
should we maybe put the light back
yes.
where it should be?
I think that would be ideal.
So,
yes.
actually, if two of you would go with Ipe to put the lantern back, that would be great. She's weak as
I will
fork,
go with-
so don't.
I will go with.
I'll go
Can
with
I
Irde.
have two?
I mean, anyone who
I
wants
think-
to go. I'd like a strong person to help me with the other one of these guys because I can only take one.
I'll take the drow. I need to speak with you about him anyway.
Got it.
I feel like I have about 4 points of psychic damage that need to be atoned for by putting a lantern back on a pedestal for no reason. Don't worry about it.
I'm happy. I'm happy to accompany you.
Both, like, Glib and Aym'Bryn, both Edward and Ipe just look at you for a second. I mean, I gotta give you chops, man! But, like, seriously, we gotta talk someday. It's fine.
How could we live with the fact that we hadn't exhausted all options? I'm gonna go also to the land to apologize.
I give you all credit. Like, seriously,
Edward, before we put it back, you want to sit on that pedestal?
fuck no.
It doesn't hurt that much.
Absolutely not. I don't want to die, and I'm a cleric, so retribution might be a little stronger for me. I have a little bit of a higher expectation on me as a holy man for as long as I have,
Feels
no matter
a bit
what.
like a backhand insult.
Aym'Bryn and
It's a good thing I didn't go.
Aym'Bryn and Glib, You did what?
We should, with all expedience, get this lantern back to the tower without a moment's delay.
I'm falling asleep and just talking nonsense.
I think that we need. Yeah, let's go. Come with me, and then we'll all meet at Rainbow later. How's that sound? All right. So, Team A, come with me. Team B, Edward's got you. And Ipe just starts leading people to the tower awkwardly.
I follow Ipe.
Okay, Team Ipe, raise your hand.
Follows Ipe with the.
So Team Ipe is
okay.
Okay.
So everyone but the strong boys.
The strong boys.
As we
but
are
Irde's not
walking,
here.
I'm carrying the lantern.
Irde is strunk girl, not strunk boys.
As we're walking towards the tower, I want to side up next to Irde, and I say, I want to solidify something between us.
Yes.
That form that you used, I understand more now than I did yesterday of what you are and what you are dealing with. A little bit more, anyway.
Yes.
And I admit that I was quite frightened, but not for the reason you might think. I was scared because you looked like you were in such anger and pain. Not because you were a fright that I had seen in a nightmare. That isn't what I'm talking about.
Well, you have much worse nightmares than most people, I would assume. And
just the one. But I want you to know that it was that was the reason for my hesitance this morning. So
I appreciate you saying that. You've been with me for most of this. I have that's not happened to me before. I had hoped it would be different. I had held out hope it would be different. I'm sorry I lost control.
we all have.
And on that heart-wrenching conversation, I believe we will go to break. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you soon.
Woo!
Welcome back, friends, neighbors, country people, to Anna. We have had our lovely break, and we are getting right back into it. So we have two groups splitting off. Our strong boys, aka Alin and Fen, are going off with Edward to the city, town, jail, whereas everyone else, that be Silus, Sails, Aym'Bryn, Irde, and Glib, are all going to atone for two of them at the tower where the lantern sits. So, because there are two of you, let's go with Alin, Fen, and Edward first.
Hey, Edward. I noticed a while back, I heard a younger townsperson when I was traveling through, he said a word that I didn't recognize. Would you consider yourself a himbo?
He's not a himbo. By definition, no.
Yeah, but what does he consider?
Yeah. How does he self-identify?
Yeah.
We're not here.
I know I'm not here. Amanda's saying Edward is super not a himbo. Anyway.
I'm gonna go with a solid no, but thanks.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I was just trying to.
Himbos have to be dumb.
Yeah, smooth brain.
That's part of the definition.
He
Anyway.
Just he has a average intelligence.
Has to be dumb.
He has an average intelligence.
He skirts the line.
Edward, not that guy, not a himbo. Good to know. All right.
If we
That's
eliminate
all I
all
really
things,
want.
we'll find out what he is.
I don't super consider myself that at all. No. There's a lot of things that would. I'm gonna just leave that line of questioning.
Yeah. No, it was a new term. I just, I was curious. I was trying to figure out what it fits.
Do you consider yourself a himbo?
I don't know what a himbo is. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you.
Oh.
That's why I
I
was
have to
asking.
concur. I don't know what that means either.
Oh no.
Consider your lives blessed.
I'm gonna try.
I heard you're
Yeah.
trying to decipher some internet speak.
Is that not
Edward, by the way-
intelligence check?
Edward, by the way, has the one cultist and is just like by the collar and is just dragging him. He is strong enough. You can see that he is strong enough to carry the guy. He feels no need to carry the guy.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he's strong enough to be a himbo.
No,
Yeah, I did
he's
hear
strong.
He is strong enough. If he's strong enough to carry the guy, he is strong enough to be a himbo. But you also have to be sweet and dumb. So he is not a himbo.
Are you saying he's not sweet? I'm joking.
I'm not even here. Amanda just has opinions. Shutting
I
up.
love it.
Fenn's
As,
carrying the drow.
As important as that was, I do actually want to know what is going to happen to these two?
Well, in all honesty, I don't have a ton of say in that matter. I mean, I probably could if I wanted to, but I don't. So, the town master will probably have them questioned. Maybe Ipe will be asked to do the whole woo thing again. After that, probably off to some sort of jail or something like that. I don't really keep track of
That's fine. Good.
You said that they were going to be questioned?
I mean, at the very least questioned, yeah.
Fantastic. This one knows Thurvan. In fact, I'm almost 100% certain that he works directly under Thurvan.
And this is bet and odds, yeah?
You think you'd be able to, maybe have Ipe inquire about an Aidena?
I mean, sure.
That would be much appreciated, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. The whole read minds things, it's not really a spell she pulls out very often, or actually has in her normal spell rotation. It's a thing she can do once a day, so maybe tomorrow.
I'd greatly appreciate that, thank you.
Yeah.
Alan, I want to bring up an idea with you. And since he kind of looks back over at where the temple and everything is, some of our friends might not necessarily approve, which is why I want to bring it up with you first. Bryn has those wonderful papers that allow us to send letters, like paper cranes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw Silus send one. He wrote way more on it than I think he should have.
Yeah, like the letters start turning red, right? It's weird.
Yeah, no, it actually didn't make, because like the ink didn't change, but it just.
Yeah,
anyway.
it's just.
They're not normally double-sided.
I like that we have magical.
It
we
was
have
too heavy.
It's a very
Like a
fat crane.
freaking
We
magical
stapled
Twitter.
some extra pages to it.
Well, the idea that I had, since clearly Thurvan and his merry band of assholes is still moving from target to target, what do you say his old boy sends him a letter?
You know those things have hit points, right?
I don't know much about them other than you write a letter and you throw it.
Oh, yeah, so they take off and they fly, but there's, like, definitely a chance the further something is away, or the less you know about where it's going, that, it might not make it there if it doesn't take a careful path.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, still an
Did Edward
idea.
just reference a game mechanic? Did he just break the fourth wall?
Is there anything this guy can't do?
Yeah, you know there's gonna have hit points, right? What's a hit point?
Edward
Wait a second.
knows all.
It's the amount of times that you can hit a point on something before it breaks.
Yeah, it's fair.
Silus might have
these
mentioned that
letters,
once.
it's one.
Something about a zip code.
I don't know what is
Rolled really high protection. Slightly for a moment saw beyond the fourth wall
Yeah.
and came back.
What about one of Edward's coins? No chance of that being destroyed?
Okay, well, Edward's coins,
No, I
little
understand. I understand. Hear me out, though. These guys took your lantern. They're probably looking to take other lanterns. They attacked Berta Sylvan, where I'm from. We
no.
had a lantern.
dude, I'm making fun of you for referring to me in the third person when I'm standing right frickin' here.
Oh,
That's what that was.
sorry,
no,
I didn't get a full night's sleep.
that's fine. You're tired. I'm also kind of an asshole.
That's why I like you, Edward.
Yeah, you're not so bad yourself, bro.
It's the only thing keeping him from himbo status.
This is the last qualification.
My coins are a sending spell. I mean, you'd have to
I don't
get
know
it.
about magic. You have to explain to me.
Okay, so when you have the coin,
Right.
you can use the coin to talk to me. I can use them as like a store. That's more complicated than it needs to be. But you have to have the coin to get the message to me.
Right.
So, like, if you want to be the courier that takes the coin to the place and then get the message back to me, that's fine.
Right. So then the letters are still our best bet if we wanted to try that, Alan.
They are. So that I don't make any assumptions, what would it say?
Well, as I imagine by now, given the right ruckus that we kicked up, I'm going to gather that the servant's clients, we're going to refer to them as,
Yeah.
have already gotten word back that we've retrieved the lantern. But we may be able to figure out something we can offer and lure them into a trap.
So, quick question. How much do you want to freak the crap out of these people?
I would very
lot.
much like that.
So, There's a thing. It's kind of a weird thing. It's kind of a weird thing. Ipe has this feather. I guess her dad gave it to her or something. She can write a message to anyone on any plane. If it's on another plane, it just flips itself backwards and you have to read backwards, but she's like a whiz kid at doing that. It's weird. You can write a message to that person, and they have 30 seconds to respond back. And it just appears on the surface next to them. Don't ask me how it works. I have no freaking clue. But
if we can...
Well, that's another option.
That is
she
another
will
option.
censor you, though. I'm gonna warn you. She's gonna censor you. She's not gonna cuss.
He needs censoring. It's
It's fair. She's
yes.
just... She's kind of this...
You could slip a couple into a drow.
so, but I just had this weird goblin voice in my head. But Fen, what would we, unless we offer him the lantern? I mean, are you suggesting we offer them the lantern?
I mean, we don't have to have it.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So when Thurvin kicked your face in the first time,
Right.
at the risk of asking how hard did he kick, does it feel like he could do it again?
That's a good question. Would I be able to estimate that? Or...
Roll me a history check at disadvantage, sir.
Because of the kicked head.
Because of a lot of things, honestly. Time,
There was some
relative
brain
distance,
damage.
knowledge of your abilities, knowledge
And
of
the
his
brain damage.
abilities,
And the
also
brain damage.
exhaustion.
Brain damage,
And the brain
exhaustion,
damage.
all of the reasons. So many reasons.
You have about 1,000 reasons why it should just kind of be a natural nat 1, but like I'm gonna let this fly
It
on
was an
thin
8.
ice.
Thank you, DM.
An 8?
Yeah.
Oh.
For all you know, Thurvin is himself some sort of god. You could be the next Ipe.
I am unto a
Yeah.
god.
To my knowledge, he kicked like a fucking meal.
Then it might be a bad idea to go ahead and piss him off.
Fair.
I want to take him down as much as you do, but if he's working with these people, if he's working with my people, it is imperative that we are prepared for every single step of the way. I don't hate the idea. We should maybe talk about it with the others first. But I'm
That's
worried
fair.
that if we do that, then he shows up on his terms. And the last time he did that, he burnt a town to the ground and kicked your face in. So
Yeah.
I'm wary. I'm not against it, but I'm wary.
Oh, it's wise to be wary in this
I
case.
do have a lot of wisdom, people keep telling me.
Yeah.
Not the prize bulb in the box, but pretty wise. It's kind of weird.
It's a fair trade-off, I would say. I am unfortunately strong, not wise. So,
Well, together, we'll figure this out. But I think prompting Thurvin into attacking is perhaps not the wisest course of action.
yeah, you're probably right.
I like the spirit, though. Like in all actuality, I'm really enthralled by this go-getter attitude. I think we could do a lot of good with that, and I want you to keep it. But maybe we just diverted for a little bit, you know?
I
That's
feel
fair.
like I should offer you to punch something instead of whatever else I was planning.
He could probably use it.
Yeah.
Hey, I can hold the cultist up if you want to just have a go.
I feel like where they're at right now might not be the
Yeah,
best,
that's
but-
true. That's true.
I mean, I could heal them if you really wanted, but like,
You know, it's funny. I was actually thinking about doing the same thing. You know what? You and I, We could be friends.
Yeah. I like you, man. You're just good.
You're pretty cool.
Yeah. Picks good people, you know?
I've never once been accused. No, that's not true. Only one person's ever accused me of being a good person.
Story time. It doesn't have to be story time if you don't want to. Feel free to stop me.
No, I'm here for it.
Before I kind of joined up with Ipa and everyone, and actually the guy who taught me how to be a cleric. Kind of. I mean, I wouldn't say con man. I would say creative individual for the procurement of funds.
All right.
I wouldn't say gambling addict. I'd say creative individual for the procurement of funds. Maybe sort of kind of was almost like that until I had better options. So, you know, shitty past.
That's fair.
You know, honestly, though, since I feel like you understand, I'm not entirely sure Delthale isn't also kind of like that.
Oh, no, I totally think you're right.
Right? Like, he plays it off really well, but, like, sometimes you're just like,
He's a solid, upstanding guy, but, like, also you kind of look at it and you're like, dude, like, I'm a trickery cleric. There's, like, a thing that goes with that. The god that allows you to be like, I feel you.
Seems a little weird, right?
Yeah, no, cool guy.
Yeah. It'd be great to party with.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Hegrissa, not so much.
See, I hear she's interesting. I hear she's kind of cool. But I don't know. She's not really my thing.
Well, when you pray for friends and you've met Alin and the rest of our friends, certainly has a sense of humor.
You got what you paid for, man.
That's very true. True.
During all of this, he is taking you down, like, to the center town hall building. Actually, I will move us to the correct map now. He's taking you to the center kind of town hall-esque building here. No, that was the temple. Here. Haha, I know how things work. And then taking you below it.
Did this again when I forgot to open Roll20.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
It's not a battle map, it's just the city.
Taking you like
I know, but I keep doing this. I'm not even in this scene, and just somewhere in Irde's brain, it's been like, oh, I don't know where I am.
But yeah, he takes you down below the temple and or not the temple. I'm sorry, down below the town hall building, and there are
that one,
some.
Right?
Yeah, there are some like cells down there that he gets some like manacles, puts them in the manacles, puts them on hands and feet, chains them up, puts them into the cell.
Is there any way to keep the cultist, our tongueless friend here, from casting spells?
I think, don't get me wrong, it seems like a dumb idea to me, but I think that's what the mittens are for. Because if you can't touch something, you can't cast a spell on it.
And he already doesn't have a tongue.
If it's a touch spell.
Yeah, take some verbal components out of the equation.
Yeah. He did seem to be able to cast like verbal components, but they weren't with words. It was kind of a alt around verbal components when you saw him casting things.
There are ways.
But yeah,
sure.
most spell. So when some spells you have to see things, right?
Yeah.
And if you have to see a thing, you can't see yourself.
Right.
If you can touch something.
Oh, we didn't see him cast inflict wounds. That's where we're just kind of like.
Yeah. If you can touch, like if it's a touch spell, then you don't have to see it. And if you have to be able to hear yourself, I would assume that's not really a cleric thing. Clerics don't really do the like hear words and then it hurts your head. Bards, however, God, don't get her mad. But lacking coffee is a bad idea with a bard. But yeah, the
So noted.
touch things, cast spells, mittens. So dumb, but sometimes it works.
Fair enough.
Sure. I'm here for it.
At least that's what I would assume. Her brain is like a puzzle.
We've got a few of those, actually.
Yeah.
At some point, you just kind of have to say, just go for it and see
That
what
cat person? Like the Tabaxi? Oh. Ugh. Interesting.
Person, horse person. It depends on the day. Bear person.
Horse.
Yeah. No,
Over at the tower, Sails starts sneezing uncontrollably.
It's just like Goodberries start
Silas holds his hands out for good berries. I am so hungry. Oh my god.
Oh goodness. Silas, we could
Silas will spoil your appetite.
We had rations.
That's the point. I have work to do.
We're about to go to dinner.
Take a day, he said.
Yes. Yeah. And we'll journey our way over to the others.
Yeah.
So back to Serious Brain.
But yeah. Did you have anything else you wanted to talk to Edward about?
Fenn's just gonna ask him if he can put in a word with Celestis. Let Celestis know that I have an interesting idea that I would kind of want to run by him. But not
Celestis
until
likes
tomorrow.
me. That's fair. Celestis likes me a lot less than he likes Ipe. Gonna be real honest. But we can ask her, and she'll probably do it.
I like that plan.
Yeah.
I have an interesting smelting idea.
I mean,
Something a friend of mine, my friend Bryn, got me thinking about a few days ago.
yeah, I mean, go for it, man. Sounds cool.
So didn't Celestis also like you?
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, Celestis really doesn't like me.
He got a little jealous.
Oh,
Yeah.
Showed him up.
Yeah,
Showed
because
him up.
Fen kicked his ass.
Fen outforged.
Yeah,
Yep.
he couldn't handle it.
Raza told Celestis to stop being so bratty, is essentially what happened.
Mm.
Boyfriend told him no.
I mean, that happens.
Them friend told him no. But yeah.
I'm sorry to drag on. I do actually have a question for
Yeah.
Edward.
Yeah.
Delthael. Do you talk to him much?
Yeah, it's kind of what morning rituals are for, right?
Yeah, I thought so too, and... Okay, let me rephrase. Does he talk back?
Not as often as I'd like, but sometimes.
I'm getting that feeling.
Yeah.
I signed on. I ran away from something because I wanted to help people, and he asked me to sign on to help people, and I'm doing that in the way I think is best. But he's not exactly been forthcoming on how to do that. And dude, it's fucking hard.
It's fair.
It's way harder than it seems like it should be. It's way harder than I thought it would be, and I don't know. I was just wondering if maybe you had some advice of his or yours on that you could pass along.
Gods don't talk much. They work on this weird, reward system sometimes, where you do something decent and something good happens, and it sucks and not a lot comes through. From my experience, when the odds are stacked against me, he's there. But a lot of the gods are really big on this whole weird concept of free will. They want you to do what's right for you. And, I mean, overwhelming screw-ups. Like, wiping out an entire civilization. That's probably gonna get you in trouble. But when it comes down to it, especially someone who's the god of the lost, he helps you get found by the right people at the right time, but he's not gonna show you where the path is. He's kind of big on the whole journey bit. It's a lot of questions that don't necessarily have answers the minute you want them. It's learning the answers by respecting the process. And I'm not gonna lie, it makes you want to punch things. Like, all the time. Like, constantly. But in the end,
Word.
if your journey is anything like mine, turns out okay.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that. You said we'll find you. And I think maybe I've been going about this the wrong way. I think I've been seeing everyone else as the lost. And I don't know, maybe I should turn that around.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna be real honest. I don't think that he's really the kind that looks for the person who knows how to fix everybody else. He's more interested in showing you that we all fix each other. My experience. I could be a crazy person.
In 2 weeks, he's done a pretty good job of that. So, no, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Thanks. I think I needed that.
Hey, anytime. I'm supposed to be wise or some shit, right?
Yeah. People keep telling me that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just drink a lot and thoughts come to me.
Right? That's kind of the way it goes.
Yeah, no, it's like at the worst times. You're like 8 drinks in, and you're like, whoa, here it is. Or like people are about to bash your head in, and you're like, there, what? I now understand. Yeah. No,
Right.
it's a whole thing. It's weird. Yeah, okay, good. I'm glad you understand this.
Yeah, no, totally there with you,
I don't
man.
get a damn thing. No.
And you know what?
Oh, you're still here.
That is what I respect about you, man. What I respect about you. You
I do
don't get it, but at least you're here.
Good point. We should probably get back. I don't know. It's
I'm
feeling,
like starving, so let's
yeah,
just.
I could really use some food. I actually don't know if I cooked breakfast this morning, so
We did
should
not.
go.
We just had coffee.
Damn.
It took off.
Ooh, you guys are. You should work on that.
Sounds like an LA breakfast to me.
It's okay, we had some airline food.
Too real.
All right,
Fucker,
and
know my
let's
purse somewhere, right?
let's bounce over to Team Lantern or Team A as I pay named you.
Well,
Go back to being sleepy.
back to being sleepy.
Back to being broody.
But I
Okay.
just squeeze Irde's shoulder really quick, and then I leave her to lead on, basically.
Thank you. So
So, how was your journey? How was everything? This sounds like it was really stressful, but I'm really glad that you guys made it. Everything seems to be going great. The town is still standing, which is really impressive. The monster attacks were a little bit stressful, but it ended up really okay. And we're really glad to have you all back, and everything seems to be great. The spa is going to be open tomorrow, which is really exciting. They started opening today. It was really cool.
okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Can you slow down?
That was a lot. As we've said, we haven't had a good night's rest, and
I'm so sorry.
it's- actually, I'm just realizing we've only had coffee for breakfast. And,
Oh my gosh, are you okay? Do you need help? Do you need anything?
Just another day.
That should not be on normal. Doesn't matter. It's been
Glib's
It's been a
just
lot
chop on
of,
that old pork.
this journey has been a lot for us, and I hope you don't think us rude if maybe your energy, if we cannot match your energy.
Oh no, I would never expect anyone to match my energy. I've been told that's physically impossible.
Yes, it is. More so than usual.
Yes,
Have you-
let's get up to the tower.
Yes, let's
as soon as we can.
Yeah.
quick.
And she's leading you to the tower.
Yes.
She's chattering.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the
sorry, what,
lock
Bryn?
is still super locked.
Not Bryn, but Liz would like to know. We looked at the debris in that bag. They said it was people trying to make a lantern, so it is not the broken
Not the
pieces of the
rainbow. Those are the
relics,
rain-
right? The relics
Which
are still
makes-
unaccounted for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which makes
as far
sense
as you're aware.
because Riven never went to the
Yeah,
cave
no,
as
and
far
they
as
did,
we are
I just
aware.
figured they might have handed something off this sprout.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
same.
All right. Yes, so let's
Let's do
pay our
it.
respects.
Of course. Yes.
Do we-
And maybe some boards or something over the windows. Just a suggestion as someone who sometimes goes into places uninvited. Windows do make that awfully easy.
What?
Oh.
Let's
I think
secure
what
the tower if that's where it's
Aym'Bryn
going
is-
back to.
Oh,
If
yes,
there's
I think
another
that's-
room that's not a lighthouse and the lantern will still do its job, I highly recommend a different room.
Any protections for it would be.
Yes.
Yeah, we can definitely work on. It's sort of a like beacon of hope.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
yes, no, you're kind of. I mean, we replaced the windows, so we kind of. But you're right.
The
No,
thing
there's
about windows
definitely.
is they're made of glass, and you know.
Yeah,
Perhaps
no.
we could put a fire in there. It's just something that is just burning through
A
Yes,
strong
other
symbolic
means.
lantern
Symbolic
there, like a
lantern,
decoy,
yes.
honestly.
Yeah, no. Well, I'll talk to Bo about that. That's a really great idea and a really great plan, and that's definitely something that we should think about. And
Does it
we
have
can
to
talk
sit on the thing for maximum thing?
No, I mean the it's more just like holy, sacred, hallowed ground. So it's sort of just like a preference thing. Also, I haven't really asked Lythun because I don't really talk to Lythun as much as I talk to the. Oh, that's too many things to think about. But yeah, no, I can definitely there's. We'll figure that out.
Just a
Definitely, that's a good plan.
Of
Yes.
course,
At
if
least,
you know, if you
at
feel
least a
confidently
better
about
lock
it.
on your door.
Yes, no, but we're definitely working on the lock thing. That was definitely a thing that we thought about. But the you're right with the windows. That's definitely
I have
something
concerns.
to. Yes.
Yes, so for now, I suppose if that's the place that it goes
Needs to be,
best, then that's fine. But again, if there's any other more secure location where it still will do its good work,
If it's
I
possible
think
to have a guard until.
Yes.
that's another
We.
good
I
point.
mean, Edward and I talked about maybe keeping up the circuits and the guards and the
Probably for the best.
keeping an eye out on things just for safety reasons because it's been kind of a and talking to the town master about the best ways to keep the town safe with or without the
Certainly.
lantern because that's not really a thing that's ever been a thing before and
Well,
It's all right. It's all right. It's-
Patrolling.
I hey, please take a breath. I'm losing breath watching you.
I get told that a lot actually.
I imagine you do. I'm so sorry. I must be very rude right now.
No,
I
not at
just-
all. I think you're lovely.
All that patrolling
Yes, we really
seems
just
like
can't
it'd
help.
be really tiring. So now that we have the lantern,
Let's just.
I mean, if you put it in a secure place and ward it, maybe every other day. I don't know.
Yeah, we were talking about some magical wards. Apparently there's some spells you can use to kind of bond and ward things and put traps and we were talking about maybe
superglue
doing
it
that.
to the thing.
Yes. Oh,
Also-
excellent point. Yes.
There is actually this glue that kind of bonds things for eternity, really.
I mean,
could
it
be
doesn't really
interesting
ever
to
have
know.
to come back off, right?
That is true.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
Well, the best of it doesn't.
It's
Then they'd
yeah,
have
I
to take
mean,
the whole tower.
They would have to take the whole, at
They
least
would
the
have
whole
to take the whole
pedestal.
tower, or at least the pedestal. But then you could glue the pedestal to the ground, and that would just be.
well, the pedestal is kind of carved into the ground.
Well,
The
there we
tower
are
and the
then.
pedestal are
There-
kind
yeah,
of
that's
one.
it.
Problem
Well, unless they
solved.
break it from, I mean, you could probably break the stones.
Well, we
to-
gotta get some of this glue to everybody.
Post haste,
it's
that'll be our
very-
next.
It's very rare from what I understand. but
Well,
it's
if you
fascinating.
can get your hands on a little bit of it, again, until then, putting it right back where it was taken, no offense,
Spirit.
quite easily before, feels the definition of insanity comes to mind.
No,
Just
it's
saying.
definitely true. It's just, I guess you don't really think about it, do you?
I've thought about it quite a bit in these past few days, if I have to be honest.
I think if it was not something you thought about before, it's a thing to think about now.
Yeah, you just kind of assume things are safe sometimes, and they're really not. But how did everything go? How is Oh, look.
I just gesture
Doors.
to us and just say,
Yes.
they went.
Yep.
Where are we putting
We
this?
have.
She
Yes.
unlocks the
Yes.
door and opens it. She's been like leading you to the tower the whole time, and now
So we
she's
are taking you to the
walking.
tower.
Is
Yes.
do we see anyone around? Is the changeling there? Is
Bo does nod at you as you walk in. Yeah.
Bo? That was their name.
Yes.
Could not remember. I'm sorry. Yeah, I take up the lantern to where it is supposed to go.
And you do see the windows that were originally clear plated are now kind of a stained glass. So they do have like the melted.
They have tinted windows.
Right.
Well, they have the like you know how stained
Like a
glass
metal
has
lattice work.
Yes.
Better.
That's the
Dope,
words
dope, dope,
that I
dope, dope.
couldn't think
That
of.
is better.
Very
Sure.
cool imagery. I love it.
Well,
Honestly,
It's
it'll be-
actually really pretty in the mornings as well.
And I'm sure once the lantern is in its place, it'll be quite lovely.
do we have to say anything, or
No, just I can put it there if you want, or if you guys wanted to do it. I mean, you guys were
Would you like
talking
to?
about.
Glib and Aym'Bryn, I think you should do the honors.
All right.
I
I'll
hand
take one
the
side. And
okay?
like
Sailsaba-
Aym'Bryn and Glib, and it's like
Sailsaba will
we're not too far off height-wise.
you're 2 feet.
Yeah, I'm 3'5".
Okay, so
Oh,
a foot and a
never
half.
while they're doing
Be a
this,
little bit
Sailsaba will maybe kind of center herself. Will be a lot more still than you've ever seen her, and she's going to really just kind of try and perceive and see if anything happens when the lantern is returned, if there's any change, anything in the wind, anything she can smell, like everything. Her senses are really, really open to try and sense anything when it happens.
Roll me a religion check.
Ha.
Actually,
Okay.
because of this specific situation, I will let it be a straight roll.
Also, I
Disadvantage
feel
on
like in
religion.
order to like put the lantern back, I need to get on the pedestal. So
Yes, because he's quite short, so
Why don't I just I will.
no, I got it. I got
it's
it.
really
Hey.
important. Can we put on those cultist robes? I can't. No, it's a terrible idea.
Oh, I
As soon as
still
came out
have
of my
on.
mouth.
I still have on the gold one.
I just, there's usually some where I come from. There's not a lot of like all of this ceremony around it. So I thought, just something formal. Silas is giving me a look like I'm wrong. So let's just put this back.
Okay.
Silas is quite.
I'll just have a hand
Tired.
on it. You can place it.
Okay.
This is fine.
Oh, mighty Bethune, I'm
Everything
sorry
is
for defying
fine.
you.
I take
Please, we are not worthy.
I take the leather loop and I whip it around in the air and I cast levitate on Glib so he can be up 5
Oh
feet.
yes, yes.
She just kind of looks over and whispers, "Thank you."
Yeah, sorry about
been-
sitting on your chair, Lagoon.
Yes.
And what did you roll for your religion check?
Right. That's 19.
You feel a warmth swell in your chest that seems like the air is smoother and calmer, like it kind of blows still and comfortable, and you feel kind of this warmth in your chest that feels almost grateful.
So I get 4 temporary hit points, right?
Right?
Oh no! All damage restored.
Oh, I absolutely do not.
For the audacity, I will roll a luck check.
I do
You
not.
are so lucky.
Do we take another 2 psychic damage? We didn't do it good enough, did we?
Actually,
Man, like doing
you feel a little bit warmth. A slight glow comes to your cheeks, and you feel a sort of sparkle and lightness. Your points of exhaustion are relieved.
Ooh.
Just the 2 of them?
If I didn't
actually,
have one, can I give it to someone else?
Everyone in the tower, your points of exhaustion
Oh,
will be
shoot.
relieved of you. Aym'Bryn, you will get 2 points of temporary hit points.
Psychic damage, I understand.
Because yes, no, psychic damage.
She can tell
you will
when I'm being cheeky. I
you will- you
You're
will-
over
I
caffeinated at
deserved
this
it.
point.
you will get 2 temporary hit points since you did not have the exhaustion. So
I'm feeling
Wow.
Interesting. Glib, you look absolutely radiant.
That's so much better. Well, we gotta put lanterns on. Let's take it off and put it back on again.
I drop levitate so
Can I catch Glib?
Roll me a dexterity check.
Maybe I'm good at those.
Dex check.
You should be.
21.
You should be.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'd like
You
to try
managed
to
to-
catch him, so I'm bridle carrying him.
Yeah, you definitely do the like whoop, and it's like nothing.
Just step forward. Like, I have to kind of go into a lunge, so it kind of looks like we've just finished something very impressive.
So we have our second romance novel cover, is what I'm hearing.
I pay just gives little golf claps, just like very nice. Very
Thank you,
nice.
thank you.
That was lovely.
I think that just like startles a laugh out of Irde.
So do we want to go get some food?
Very much so.
I'm feeling a lot better as far as rest goes, but
Please,
food
you
would
need to
be-
eat, Silas. Please.
would be
The
wonderful.
food at Rainbows is seriously some of my favorite food in the entire village, so I definitely
I look
Sounds
forward
good
to
to
it.
me.
Not a very
By the
big
way,
village, but yes, let's go.
That's true.
I'm sorry that we couldn't find your rainbow.
Oh, yes.
That's okay. I have to hope that when things are supposed to come back, they will.
Could you apologize to Bo for us, though?
Of course. I think they
Sorry,
will be
what?
grateful. Yes.
What did you say?
Oh, I said of course. I think they'll be very grateful.
Before that, I think.
No, it's fine.
Oh,
when
the-
things are supposed to come back, they will.
Yeah.
Kind of like this lantern. And Glib slaps the slide at the pedestal.
Please stop hitting the lantern!
I feel like I should put you in a bubble, sir.
You can do that?
I mean, I can try.
Let's not find out. Let's go
Let's
get some
do
food.
that.
I'm very
Let's
hungry.
please get food.
As we are walking down the tower, if it's possible, I'd like to fall into step beside Irde. And I will offer her my arm. I put Glib down.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to
I'll
knock
offer her
Glib out of your arms.
And then I'll offer her my arm, like a gentleman.
Irde will take it.
And I'll put my hand on her hand on my arm, and turn to her and say, I believe that also. Very, very much. With all my heart, actually.
I appreciate that. Irde will probably just keep holding your arm if you're.
Of course, no, I wouldn't have it any other way. Sales, Glib,
So
Silus, I have one more.
Silas.
We have like a chain.
I pay actually
Walk like the Wizard of Oz, like our feet.
Yes.
Yeah, straight up. She loops your arm with hers and starts skipping.
Oh no.
I don't quite have the energy for that, but you go
Slow,
right ahead.
slow skipping. But
Just
she's,
so like
she's
we're
doing
walking
the
and she's
little-
like. And it's,
basically, yeah.
Silas looks over to Glib and says, I apologize for dropping levitate. Do you want to fly again?
Why is that even a question?
I cast levitate on Glib again, and I grab his hand and I just carry him like a balloon.
It's a glib
Balloon.
but you all.
Glib balloons.
No, it's a goblin.
There it is.
99 goblins.
99 green goblins. Floating in the
Yeah. You all make it to this lovely kind of family warm restaurant that has just a very rustic interior, but also seems to be very clean and nice, with rainbows, like a streak of rainbow all the way around it in the middle.
Tasteful, I'm sure.
Yeah, actually, it's very like warm and comforting.
I feel a tad underdressed.
They're open. That's so
Not me.
such a foreign
Is-
concept.
is
We can dine in.
Oh no.
It's not on a takeout.
Oh God! Why do you have to do
God.
that? Why are you like this?
This is
I'm
fucking
simply
rude.
saying that there were monster attacks. They might not
No,
want
you're
dine-ins.
not. I love you.
For some reason, being inside a restaurant fills me with
Just
determination.
out of
So it
curiosity.
gives me like weird feelings all of a sudden.
Right? Because
Everyone
my,
in a
my,
fantasy
my,
that we shall never.
my understanding of Aym'Bryn is now with his drawings. What is Aym'Bryn wearing?
I've got kind of like a loose tunic now with the part of the hem of it ripped free, and then a kind of like a vest over it, longer in the back.
Great. So Alin, like, after the underdress statement, like looks down at his like baggy shirt with the sleeves rolled up and just kind of like sidles off to the side. Is like,
But we're also all, I imagine, covered in our own blood and
blood.
As
and
we're
dirt.
going in, I will turn to everybody and say,
Oh, I would have
Please.
seen it out back his armor.
Please.
I give everyone a workshop shower.
We have all been.
I pay will assist you.
Okay.
However, everyone that I pay cleans off now smells like cotton candy.
Oh, me. Do me.
it smells like breakfast.
I'm so sick of candy floss. Silas, what have you done?
Me! I did rose and cedar. That is my specific thing.
So now I need to know who specifically was cleaned by IP.
Roll me.
Glib.
I mean, Glib could do it himself too, but he's just like.
Yeah, it's true. Good.
Chooses not to.
Glib Glib knows that he can get things done for him and just revels at it.
Really a mastermind.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's been a masterclass, honestly, being in your
I love
presence, Glib.
So true.
God, he still probably has like 3 times more gold than anybody else. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, probably.
I actually may have more gold than you.
Not
I'm
for
sure.
long, though. We're
That
about
is
to get
true.
a lot of money.
I promise you have more than I do.
Oh,
57.
same. Yeah.
I have 9.
I have more than you.
You have 5 times more gold than I do, Glib.
Yep.
83.
Well, I'm so glad
Wow,
the goblins took
holy
up the
shit.
collection.
I had
Dude,
I rolled really high on gold and then like didn't spend anything until I bullied Silas into letting me pay for him.
So we have
That's the way
a
to do
wonderful meal, all courtesy of Irde and Edward.
I mean, we could, yes.
Not gonna lie, they're probably gonna pay for it for you.
I hope so. We did save
Please.
the town.
That answer.
I mean, we were commissioned to, but yeah, there's still a tiny bit of gratitude
It's
would be
still,
remiss.
you know, a little bit of a
We
hero's
unfortunately
welcome.
have not
Honestly,
gotten, we
this
haven't gotten a
discussion-
welcome home parade
That
at all.
that discussion is probably exactly what happens, like in quiet whispers between Edward and Ipe, where it's like, "But we paid them." Yeah, but it's always nice to be nice to people. But we paid them. We paid them for something. No, we need to pay for dinner as well. It's only polite. You have to have manners, Edward. But like,
I'm really starting to think that he is that guy.
I mean, I would just like to say, you know, a lot of the times heroes get like banners and parades and stuff, and
thank
we
you
didn't
was all we
get
were
that.
really looking
It's
for.
like, really? We
All
don't
we
have
got was
that.
Oh, it's you again.
Good
A
work.
crap ton of money.
You're back.
I-
Don't worry, we'll just take it back to honestly. We were commissioned from the Ace, but we'll just get back there.
I don't know. I don't need to see into the future to know that Edward is that guy.
I mean, so ultimately, Edward does lose, mostly because Ipe is way more insistent.
I feel like that's
she's
fine
a-
dynamic.
She's a bard.
Yeah.
She's made way more persuasive. It's when it
Yeah.
works.
She's also the essence of a little sister in this relationship. So
Yeah, so
little
she gets what
sister
she
always
wants.
gets her way. Yeah. But at some point, a small gnome walks up to you all and goes, "Irde, welcome.
Hello.
Would you like to sit down?"
That would be
More
yes,
than
please.
I can put into words.
Great.
still
Oh, hey.
locating.
Not particularly.
And I think Irde still has
He's got
is still on
Glib,
Aym'Bryn's
like,
arm.
in his hand, like 10 feet off the ground.
Just like a rope.
Hey, you want your normal table? Actually, yeah, that would be lovely. Great. Come this way. And she leads you.
Is this a Rasta gnome?
Are there
I
any
feel
other
weirdly at home with this gnome.
She walks you to a table in the back corner, and it's actually a rather large, kind of comfortable table. And she says, "Right, I get you what you need. Anybody got drinks they want now?"
Wing serpent blood.
Some rum.
That's usually a fish thing, but like I don't tell him, and I will step on his toes. Rum I can do.
Ale.
Ale I can do.
Just some ale for me.
It's a bit fruity. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I'll take some of that too.
Oh, okay.
An ale would be nice. Thank you.
surprise?
As we get to the table, Irde will just like give Aym'Bryn's arm like one more squeeze and then sit down.
I'll sit next to you.
But yeah, you all kind of sit down, and the gnome kind of waddles away and says, "Oh wait, right, that's right. I'm supposed to do this thing. I'm Corella if you need me. So just call out Corella.
Corella.
You know."
For the record, how the rest of you guys feel about Sprout This fucking gnome.
This is Alan's.
This is Alan's sprout right here.
In a minute,
I
he's gone.
mage hand beneath I cast mage hand beneath the gnome and lifted up and put him into Alan's lap.
I think the gnome probably weighs more than 10 pounds.
I can also
Open
cast
with
mage
it.
hand. Now we got 20.
I got 20 pounds between us.
Right,
We
no,
got
it's
this.
But yeah,
No,
she-
it's fine.
Mackayla from making all the best NPCs gnomes, which
Oh,
is that's just
I mean, I felt like I made some pretty good halfling ones, and maybe
That's
it'd
true,
be
there
some.
was
Oh, sorry, that's what I was thinking of.
Pep
I
and berry
deeply
was
love
lovely.
Pep and Berry, yeah.
That's
But
who I
the
was
proper.
thinking. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna lie. I do have a small heart for the proper sized races. Like proper
course.
sized is really
Why
deep
wouldn't
in my
you?
soul.
Are all the chairs in here also very small?
No, these are huge. Actually, these are like
Oh.
very huge plush chairs. You get the feeling that Corella really likes to just sit in the middle of something that is gigantic.
Is it Cruella or Cruella? Like
Corella?
Corella.
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 I
It's
was
a
wondering
very
if we were
general-
going to have
'cause
to
none of us were
defend
gonna get
some
that right.
Dalmatians or something like that.
No, Corella.
None of us were
Cyclist.
going to get that right.
all over the place.
Corella.
Um,
All right.
Emma,
yeah.
you want to see my cool coat?
You want to see my cool spot? It's made out of 100 Dalmatians and one.
Sounds awful.
But yeah, she comes out with this kind of like tinker top little like table almost following her, and it genuinely looks like a really giant wind-up toy that she leads to your table with like the menus and all of the drinks, and she starts handing them out.
Are they
to you
sloshing
guys.
around a little bit though?
cool.
The walk cycle I was picturing for it was a little uneven.
A little
Wow.
bit. It's a little wobbly, but it gets everything there mostly okay.
As we meet with Fen and Alan, I just look at them both and say, "You two look horrible."
Oh,
Yeah, I
was gonna
feel
say we
like
should-
shit.
They
I feel
look
wonderful.
yeah, they look sparkly and new.
It's great.
Are any?
Silas,
Are you
look
still?
just
Are
as handsome
are
as
you
always.
still? You still have taken damage, right, Alan? You still haven't fully healed.
Well, so I mean, given the little bit of a nap, I did use some of my holy energy to heal a little bit. But
Does Alan
I'm-
still look like crap?
I'm missing
Help.
3 points worth of my vitality. Yeah,
Well, I'm hoping that
whatever
I
you
don't.
consider a point to be.
Well, I'm hoping I don't need all of this today. And Irde will put her hand on his shoulder, and you get one because it's the last that I have.
Aw, thank you.
And just as a quick point, this magic looks different from all of Irde's other magic. Like the whole dramatic whipping wind thing. This is not that.
It's just like, is it very chill?
It's like very just calmly, like she puts a hand on you, the area glows, and that's it.
Yep.
It's very calm.
Alan will pointedly refrain from just using cure wounds on himself now.
You know.
Actually, if you look pretty down, Ipe will just kind of like hum, "I will try to fix you"
No!
in your ear,
And 2
and
points
you
of
gain the last of your hit points back.
By God.
And then Silas loses all of his hit points because Coldplay is in this world apparently,
and
and I
then-
can't deal with that.
We have no.
We can't coexist.
It's been her healing word for my entire time that I've had
Oh
her.
my
So
God.
that is her healing word. It is. It's a thing. I am sorry.
Silas
was
throws a
a
firebolt
very
at Alan
sweet
and
song.
deals 4 points of damage.
No.
Undoes it.
No. It's like you are not allowed to be healed by Coldplay.
Oh, in fact, take this heat ray.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. So food happens.
Yeah, it's a lot of there's a lot of seafood. It's a lot of very rich kind of comfort food style things. There's grains, there's cheeses, there's
Clam chowder.
it's just there's clam chowder. There's like these really good grits with like tons of garlic and cheese in them. There's like seafood galore. There's definitely jambalaya, like everything you could want.
Both Alan and Tim are very, very happy.
So glad.
And
While
again,
we're-
I think this is not the first time she's had seafood, but this is definitely probably the freshest seafood Irde has ever had.
Oh yeah, and it's I mean, you would think that Corella went out and just like plucked up the crabs and or shrimp
Bites.
and or
While we're
fish.
at dinner, can I attempt to do another intelligence check to do my spell stuffs? haven't done that yet today.
Yes, you can.
It's got
So
his
Silas
book out
is
in his
eating
lap.
he's eating like a lobster tail or whatever, and then also
Like
writing with his other hand.
Silas, you're gonna get the greasy. You're gonna
No,
get
no,
it so
when you-
greasy.
When you've got the crawdad, you've got to pull the tail.
It's the
right?
it's the brown. It's you eat the brown stuff exclusively, right? Just like that.
Oh god.
Oh God! Don't do that to me. No. If Corella
yeah,
sees you do
it.
that, she will smack you. If Corella sees you do that, she will smack you on the back of the head and say,
Silas
"No,
doesn't do
bro,
that.
no."
Silas absolutely does not do that. No, that's
Wait,
just
you guys
Brion
take
being
the
a
shells
dickhead.
off?
That
Silas
was that's a mod 20 for me.
Nice.
Yeah. So you succeed and you make something a little bit colder.
So do I still have to do that 2 more times, right? Or
only
do I
one
just
more.
get the spell? Because I failed the first one.
Yeah. No, but that doesn't. On this step, it doesn't set you back. I think you just get it now. I think you've done the work and you now have.
I mean, it's not truly cold. It's kind of like a cold play.
play on
Get out.
Callbacks.
Throws like headphones.
It's like a 5-minute callback. I don't even know if
Yeah.
that qualifies.
I don't know if it does
That's
either,
a
but-
continuation. God
yeah, that's
damn.
a continuation.
Yeah.
A flashback.
The third success, you just get it. So you now have that spell in your
Hell yeah.
spellbook and are able to use it.
Yes.
It has worked. You did it.
So packs him up to go.
I pay. I was talking to Edward, but apparently Celestis feels about him much the way he feels about me.
Don't take that personally.
Well, I outsmithed him. It's all right.
Oh.
I did. But I have an idea I want to run by him tomorrow. Do you think you can possibly? He might want to hear this.
She looks out the window. Thinks for a second. Nods. Digs in her bag. Pulls out this, ostrich, or, peacock feather that you've seen her use before. And starts writing on the table. And then just kind of, sits there for a couple of seconds. And then looks down. Nods and says, "That's fine.
What did you just do?
How does that work?
This is, my feather. It's a quill. It's just kind of known as the quill. It's imbued with magic, where you can write anyone in any plane a message, and they have 30 seconds to write back. And it just appears on whatever surface is in front of them. It's very useful.
Do it to me.
Okay.
And she writes on the table. And then, I will send you what she writes to you.
Does the other person need to have a writing implement handy?
Nope, you can just do it with your finger.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting.
On that note, Fen tells everybody about his idea about sending a message to Thurvin,
Oh.
including Ipe, since Ipe and Edward are there.
Thanks.
No problem.
You too.
Oh, thank you. But yeah,
It's a decent idea, I think, but I can't help but wonder where we're going to be in order to draw him out. It's
I'm gonna be really honest, and this is probably a little selfish, so I apologize for that. But I don't really want to use my town's lantern as bait.
I don't think we
We
were
wouldn't
thinking
have
of
it.
actually
Yeah.
using your actual
No.
lantern and more of
we
a
would maybe
a
dangle it
bluff.
as as a bluff.
more than anything.
Yeah, still bluff bait, still kind of bait, especially
is
if he finds
honestly
out where it
fair.
is.
That's fair.
Fen,
I wouldn't want to put that at risk.
forgive me for... could we, if they didn't need to have a writing implement handy, I mean, they would still need to use with their hands, but could we also use it to write to your mother?
That is true.
That might be
I use it to
safer.
write to my mom all the time. It's definitely a thing that's doable.
The situation
do you
is
need to
slightly
have
different, but
Do you need to have an in-depth knowledge of this person to reach out to them? How does that work?
Not really. It's, I pretty much, oh god, let me remember how this works. Well, to use it, I would need to have met them. However,
What about seeing them?
you don't need to be attuned to this to use it.
Oh.
So any of
So
us.
Fen could write it.
You have to give it back, because it would be really mean of you
Oh,
to keep this, and I would be very sad to lose
course.
it. But,
Cool.
Also, I don't think we could, like, just steal it at this
I
point.
think you could. What is the word? I think you could
Decimate.
drop us.
but I wouldn't want to. You're all so nice.
You keep
We
saying
try.
pay-
that.
If the
We are
person,
nice.
Did we come across as people who would just make off with people's things? I'm
We
beginning to feel
literally
like I give off that vibe, and I really don't
I
quite
think you're
understand
lovely.
why.
We
It's
literally
just-
brought back the lantern. Anyway.
That's why. I mean, that's why I am offering it in the first place. If you
Of
guys
course.
were mean and I didn't trust you, I wouldn't even offer it. I'm just giving you a warning that this is not a
assure you.
gift. This is a
Accepted,
aura.
yes.
Yes.
Fen, if you could write your mother, that might
But if
be
you wanna,
safest.
if you wanna rate your mom,
what if she's dead?
well, it won't really tell you that. It doesn't really tell you if the message goes unreceived. It's actually kind of hard when you don't get a response back. It's definitely something that takes a while to deal with, but I'm sure that everything's gonna work out okay.
And they could be asleep.
True, it is getting a little
It's true.
late.
And who knows? I mean, it's different times and different places.
Like zones of time.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
really honest, though. Speaking as someone who has been close to where you are, not exactly. I mean, obviously not exactly, but close. Whether you get an answer back or not, it still feels better to have tried. At least from my experience. I could be wrong. It's entirely up to you.
Yes, well, a very wise person once told me, hope until you can.
Yeah. So you want to try?
Before you do,
Oh, I'm not doing it unless everyone says it's alright. If she's still imprisoned, it could completely screw us.
I don't think that's our decision to make.
Yeah.
And I don't speak for everyone here, but
I think you should make your own choice.
Yes.
But Ipe's right. It is usually better to know than not. But are you ready for that? If you choose not to, we know that there's somewhere that we can go looking for answers. We know about ruins around Leosidwin
Right.
that this drow is thinking about. If you're not ready, I do not want you to do this before you are. I want you to think about this. We all have a tendency to jump into things, and none
Perhaps
of us have an imprisoned mom but you. So
Yeah.
I just
Perhaps
need
we
to
take.
know that you're okay.
Perhaps we take the night.
Let's get some,
We'll
give it
be
some
here
thought.
tomorrow. We'll be here tomorrow.
Can I use it now? I want to tell Borgin back home that he's a butt.
Sure. Go for it.
You are a butt. Glib.
Might I actually?
Yes, of course.
Here you
Thank you.
go. Borgin.
I'm gonna warn you, it doesn't necessarily have a word limit, but it depends on how fast you write, because there really is a short amount of time.
Of course. Irde is going to think for a second. And then write. Actually, but I'm gonna write to you, DM.
Okay.
You said the spa would be open tomorrow.
Yes, they actually just opened for the first time today. It was really nice. There was a little ceremony, some flowers.
Are they out of out of service today already.
Yeah, yeah. Kind of closed for the night.
All right.
Sorry.
I would quite like a
But they
soda,
do have these really good, like, fruit smoothie drinks. I definitely suggest you try them.
Ooh.
Well, tomorrow we'll make a day of it, and we can kind of plot our course, right? And kind of figure out what the next step is.
I think that's a wise decision.
If it's all the same with everyone, I think I'm going to go to the Noble Intentions for the evening.
Just before any of us leave, I do want to apologize for losing my cool earlier today.
Oh my, that was so cool.
Yeah.
You guys are
kidding
awesome.
me? That was amazing.
You were terrifying. You were a
Badass.
good predator. You were an excellent predator.
That guy never knew what hit him.
Silas makes eye contact with Irde and just holds it for a second.
She doesn't say anything.
Fen puts a hand on the table and just, you have nothing to apologize for.
Yeah, what he said.
Oh, thank you.
God, that was so cool.
I'll go with you, Fen. I'll come with you to the Noble
Fantastic.
Intentions.
Wait, I thought we had a whole thing about this. Aren't we?
Oh yeah, well we
another-
were going to stay somewhere else. I never like to stay at the same hotel 2 nights in a row.
Yeah.
Or at all
Well,
if I can avoid
is there
it.
any other hotel? I thought it was the only one.
No, there is another one, but the other one is... It's kind of expensive.
Oh, we just came into a handsome sum of money, so lucky us.
Yeah, we don't have it yet.
It's true.
after-
Maybe they'll take it on credit. We just saved the town.
Save this
It's still like 20 gold a night.
Oh, that is quite a bit.
fairly expensive.
We are we until we get paid. I don't think we have
Yeah, it's kind of meant
Wow.
for like traveling emissaries. It's kind of meant for like traveling emissaries and stuff like that. It's
People
yes.
who don't actually pay the money, they're getting it paid for.
paid
them.
for them.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
a little. I mean, it's very. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's just. It's a lot and kind of
Normal
gross,
people-
honestly. Like
normal
You
Don't
know,
go there.
Silas, if there was a place that you just wanted to like go for it, you know, a hotel that also had a soak and maybe you could lay out some towels and sleep on, but maybe we didn't have immediate access to, but we could find. You know, that'd be
What?
cool if you wanted
Marvelous
to come hang
idea.
out. Yeah.
I'm
Wait,
quite
what-
confused
wait,
as to what you're
what's
implying.
happening?
You know what? You just stick with me and we'll all be great. Bryn's got the right idea.
I'm very confused.
Well,
Yeah,
I was
that's fine.
thinking, I fancy a walk now that it's safe to do so.
Yeah. Without
Love
monsters.
some company.
Speaking to that point, Aym'Bryn,
Alin, I'd like you to roll me a deception check.
Can I
hide
assist?
it?
Shit. Okay.
Oh wait, she gets advantage.
And
Oh,
or
no.
can
Oh
Alin...
shit.
That's okay. That's really low for her.
Can I get advantage with
Yeah, it's
Aym'Bryn's
only
help?
40.
Yes. And or can I, because I don't know if my deception is higher than yours, but...
Oh, yeah, actually, Aym'Bryn should just roll.
I would say unfortunately, like,
It has to.
Alan was the one to
Oh,
push
yeah,
you
but
the
at the
thing.
least
That's,
I'm
uh,
assisting.
I will give you advantage.
Is
So
that
it's
a
a flat
straight
roll
It's
because
a
he's
straight
still
roll because he's exhausted.
He's still
Oh,
exhausted, so yeah, it's a straight roll.
I tried.
Alan, before you roll, is it even possible for you to go lower than a 26? Or go higher than a 26?
No.
Oh, even I couldn't have.
For deception. Yeah, even Irde can't do that. So
I couldn't.
Not even close.
We
With
need to
two
stop
nat
hanging out with
20s,
Edward
I
and I,
couldn't do
man.
Yeah,
that.
why do we
Yeah.
always discuss our plans right in front of them? That's a really bad habit we should try to probably
That's
avoid.
true.
in
oh my
future.
god.
But I'll say,
If it's any consolation, his is only 20.
Can you beat it?
No.
Oh
It's bad.
I mean, I can get a 20. Yes, I can get a 20. I can get a 22, but
no. Okay, but not easily.
yeah, not. I'd have to roll a 20.
So both of them just kind of look really suspiciously at you.
We're
Yeah,
going
that's
to
fine.
break into your spa. But we're not going to break anything. I mean, I think the
Right.
word "break" in that particular phrase is a little misleading. I think that it gives the wrong connotation. We're going to invite ourselves inside, and I promise we'll clean up afterwards.
Can't we just go to the spa?
Does the noble intentions have like?
Bryn, roll me a persuasion check at advantage. Because
That was very charming.
it was charming, and you kind of have
physically.
Alin sort of has a hopeful kind of downtrodden look, and they're kind of just feeling bad for him right now.
15. I can't roll higher than a 10 tonight. Could you make an argument for that is the way that I attack and I should get elven accuracy?
Nice try. No. Okay, so here's. No, I'm here for it. Do it.
Thank you.
No, but
Don't have them open the door for me.
Nope.
It's part of the experience.
Sales will go up to Ipe and then push a little good berry into her mouth.
It's gonna be so full.
She sneezed
She
that
just
earlier.
Please don't break anything.
No. As I say, it's a misnomer. Break-in is that I don't...
What?
Don't listen to
we
her.
look like-
She's like an old lady. She's gonna go to sleep in 10 minutes anyway. I am here for it. Do it. It's gonna be great.
Do we
I just
look
don't
like
want
we
to trouble
would break
anyone.
anything?
Yeah.
You literally sat on it. It's fine. It's fine.
We apologize for that. A clean slate.
And we didn't
No,
break
I
it.
like Thune forgives me. You could, at least
I
you could do something.
completely 100% trust you guys. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be. I cannot wait for this. Do remember that we were planning on offering you a day there tomorrow. So if you do anything too bad, we'll
Not gonna
replace
do
that with the
anything
beach,
bad.
and we'll probably give you something else. But like,
Literally, I just don't want to trouble
I
anyone.
don't-
Just a little bit of privacy.
That's fine. That's fine.
I would love to be clean.
Yeah. Nope.
No offense, Silus.
I don't need to know. I will know
What?
tomorrow. It'll be great. I'm here for it. Just go have fun.
I mean, the
just
workshop
have
shower
fun.
is just not the same experience.
Can
that
I
I'm trying to
make
say.
an insight check on Edward to see if the spa
You
is
can
working?
try.
Oh, that's not
seems
Edward's
gonna blow us
all
up.
of a sudden.
Like the trickery cleric.
I think he's just in it for the fact for
Yeah,
the.
he's-
For
Oh,
the
I think he's
trickery
in it for the
to happen.
lols.
Yeah.
I
Edward
got
is
a
here for the
21.
You got a 21.
And Edward rolled a 73.
No, he's not the best at. He's not the best at.
Okay.
At trickery, a deception.
Yeah, no, you 100%. I didn't build this character.
That was the
Shots
best
fired.
bus throw under that I've ever seen.
I didn't build this character.
Sorry, Charlie. It's great. Yeah, no, he's definitely in this for the lulz.
That's
Although this is
fair.
admittedly my version of this character, but still. Yeah, no, he's in it for the lulz. He is 100% here because he thinks it's going to be funny, and this is the most relaxed. Like with that role, I will give you. This is the most relaxed you've seen him. He looks like he's having a great time. Like he's kind of chill. He's not as like shady and tired looking as he was before. Like he's here for
bust
it.
Bust out of the road, telling me to look up cleric spells.
I mean, he might do that, but this time it will be on purpose and just to screw with you.
Would you say that the himbo
Wasn't
meter
it
is kinda
always
going...
just to screw with him? A little
A
bit?
little
There's a
bit.
spell called. If you die, there's a spell called Revivify. It'd be great for you.
Everybody should
Where
just
did
buy
you
a
even
diamond
come
and
from?
keep it on their person for
the
resurrection.
tutorial, you
For
can't help
no
himself.
apparent reason.
Now,
Actually, that's
you
more
guys have
likely
been
an
pretty
accurate guess.
busy with patrolling the town and such, and stopping monsters. Do you guys want to? Do you guys want to break into the spa?
Yes.
It's going to be fun.
I can't hear what she's doing, and my ears are ringing very loudly. And
I just broke my
Sales
headphones.
ears start bleeding a little bit. She's the only one who can still hear it.
Edward, however, is actually genuinely just laughing his tail off. He's like, so we have a mansion. It's interdimensional. It's great. It has a spa in it, but thanks for the offer.
Yeah, but that spot doesn't have us in it.
That's
And also,
true.
you didn't break into
That
that,
might be
spot.
a
There's like
That's
something.
also true.
It
Don't
feels
knock it
better
until you
when
try
it
it.
shouldn't be free.
I would
You
like to
know.
know why we are considering breaking into the spa that we're
I
going
would
to go
also
into
like-
for free tomorrow.
I would
Because
also
it
like to
feels
know
better
that.
when it
Silas
shouldn't be
pushes another
free.
good berry into his mouth.
I would also like to know, why are we breaking into a spa?
We don't have to. Silas seemed disappointed. I think that we were trying to do everyone a favor.
Also,
Sail pulls up a good berry in front of Irde.
Now we have permission. It's hardly even breaking in, so I can wait until tomorrow if you'd like.
Irde is going to just take the good berry from Sails and...
I assume the hotel is bathtubs. You can just make that water hot.
No.
No.
See, the
Also,
thing
like
is,
a community kind of a...
Glib, you know this as a dare I say, a goblin.
I am one of those. Yeah.
You know,
Goblin, objectively.
you know that things are better when you take them versus when they are given.
Whoa!
I think that's
not
a
exactly
gross
how I
stereotype,
am.
honestly.
Ben's gonna kind of just back up and
Very
slowly
Where are you
specifically-
going? We're in a booth.
Very specifically material. Nothing else,
We
but only
harvest-
material goods.
We harvest what we had. We set up trade with orcs, and we did it that way. Granted, there are some bad seeds that do some thieving, but that's a generalization.
That
And
is a gross
sometimes
stereotype.
they're just very rude, and sometimes you just really can't control yourself, okay?
Yeah, sometimes they're rude. You have to take things from them. Then
I
they
pay
taste
what?
better because
I just
I
like
think that this
rude.
conversation's gotten
personally-
away from us. I think that
I
we
think-
need to just
I think-
go and do
Okay,
whatever we
I
want to do.
agree with
Goblin
Silas.
racist?
I agree with Silas.
I just like empty
I
buildings,
get up
to be
and
perfectly honest.
Let us
I
go
get up
gently break in.
and just like straighten everything and
If you were all breaking
it's
into
a wonderful
We
meal.
can go with sleep. We'll do it tomorrow. It's fine. It's fine. No.
if you all
All
want to
right.
break into
I'll
the
break
spa,
into something else.
How about we break into a cask of wine over at Fish's?
That sounds wonderful.
Good
I
idea.
will actually meet you there. I pay. And I would like to pull Ipe aside and ask her about the thing, DM, that you know that I want.
Give me what I want.
I assume, are you talking specifically about...
I have a
The store that I
set of
wasn't able to
skills.
have before we left the town, yes.
Yeah,
Art
okay.
store.
So she says, there's not an actual store, which I know sounds really weird. I thought it was a little weird too the first time I was here, but there is a farmer's market, and that actually is going to open tomorrow.
right.
Well, I mean, it opened yesterday, but like it's
But
gonna
it is
open
supposed to
tomorrow.
be evening, that
It
is
is open, and I am like 99.25% sure that Firenze is totally gonna be there tomorrow. So,
All right, I will check it out tomorrow. then, thank you.
As we're gearing up to go as well, Silas will, after he's finished writing in his book, he'll get this look in his eye, and he'll look around really quickly for anybody who has leftovers. Does anybody have leftovers?
It's a butt ton of food in a...
We probably all have leftovers.
I will take. I would say, fairly quickly. Can we just gather everything in the middle?
Oh, of course.
I will say the wedge where Glib was sitting at, perfectly devoid of food.
Yeah!
that's 100%.
Yes, Glib.
I will
Corilla nods
scatter-
approvingly.
I will scatter some salt around everything, like in a circle. And
That's
as it
not
hits
gonna
the,
stay easy.
No, it's fine. Sorry. And as it lands on the table, it will glow blue and like flare up, and start to float in the air as these little pellets of salt that just go and infuse into the food. And after a couple of minutes, I pick up a piece of seafood and I hand it to Alin, and it is at 0 degrees Celsius.
This almost hurts.
I wouldn't recommend holding it for too long, but
No, not.
this, if we can wrap it up in something, means that we can preserve food for up to 2 weeks.
I got you because that was cool. I got you. And she runs away and comes back with like a giant like napkin looking thing. And she's like, take this, it's on the house. That was awesome.
Okay, and I wrap it all up and I just like stuff the full thing into the bag of holding, just like.
Yeah.
So, because of what our wonderful cleric has said a while ago about the flying snake, I have created this spell for him and for all of us to make use of. And I've dubbed it Mulgrew's suspended. Mulgrew's
How many ales did
stupendous
Silas have?
suspension.
That is
After the 2 weeks, can you do it on the same food again?
As that sounds right. I assume that there will be some diminishing returns, but it should remain free of rot, decay, and at a temperature that keeps it fresh.
Can you
for those
do
2
it
weeks.
to not food? Can you just make somebody really cold?
The stipulation that it has to be non-living, so dead or otherwise. So if there were remains of somebody, morbidly, I could spend those remains to remain free of rot and decay, because it is very difficult to distinguish between food matter and not food matter. So
Do it on
I
like
feel like that
rocks?
seems like an oversight on just like existence.
no, it has to be organic matter. So not rocks, but if it was anything that was once living, I could
So I'm gonna have to
suspend it.
use really cold chicken bones to make my food or my water cold, huh?
I could, yes, probably.
Cyrus, this is lovely.
Silas, this
Yeah, that's beautiful.
is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Quite literally, actually.
It's
got
a. I owe this to you all. None of you have any need to be here. And I mean that in the most thankful way I can possibly say. You could have talked to me, and I've said this to Alan. You could have heard me say what I said, and thought me crazy, and walked away, and you still can. But I'm thankful for all of you, more than I can say, that you put this trust in me, and I hope not to betray it. This is, and Silus starts to blush a deep purple and just says, this is,
Hey, for better or worse, I'm here to save the world, and this seems like the way to do it.
Yes, we have a lot of vested interest, to be certain, in you and in the world.
And one of
Silas, I believed in you from the start, but
Okay, I'm glad that went places.
yeah, from the start, but I don't think you understand. This. Have you ever sailed anywhere?
I was never allowed outside of my university.
Dude, this will, if you teach it to people, save lives.
I could use it.
Everyone could use this. I don't think. I understand that saving the world seems out of the question, but like, you're already helping people. If I didn't believe in you before, I mean, this.
Yes.
We're already exhibiting the ability to change the world.
Yeah, and it'd be kind of jerky if you didn't share it.
Oh, I mean, I wish I could.
Shut up, Glib.
We are having a heartfelt moment.
I wish I could share it with all of you. It's my frustration is. I mean, I know a fair amount of us can work with magic, but
It's something that must be learned.
Yeah, you don't have to now, but even if you cast it for us, if you cast it for people that we meet, even if years from now you teach it to somebody, you're saving lives.
Yeah,
I don't. This is.
Silas, what we spoke about the other night, you're already doing it.
You're gonna change the world, man.
And we
One
will
way
ride
or
on.
another.
And we will ride your coattails all the way there.
Well
Damn
said.
right.
Oh, you're gonna need a bigger coat.
Certainly.
Mostly
think
for
you're-
Glib.
I got a big head.
I think you're all gonna change the world.
You've already changed all of us. That is very hard, even in little ways. For the rest of the world, that'll be easy.
Silas
Look
just
out,
looks up
world!
Silus just looks up at the roof and looks for leaks.
Terrible day for rain.
All of a sudden it starts raining and no. Just kidding.
Do we leave the...
I think it's time we go get some drinks. What do you think?
That sounds...
I think it's time we break
Nice.
into a spa.
Oh, let's do it.
And on that immortal conundrum,
No. We gotta do this shit. Don't you dare stop it.
Wait for it.
We're going 4 hours tonight, boys and girls.
We can do it in 11 minutes. We can do it.
We can do it we can break in 11 minutes. I don't intend to like take a bath in 11 minutes.
The
That's not
spa is
point,
going to be a whole
Silas.
session, but we can break
But
in.
we
in
can
11
break
minutes.
in!
All right, let's do it.
your choice is yours. I will allow you to make this choice.
Sales will push Silas out the
Is
door.
that not a good rap? And then we'll just start there
It's a
next
very
time.
good rap, but I want to keep going.
No, that's what I mean. Like, we'll break in, we'll all get,
We'll break in, we'll get there, it'll be fine.
yeah.
And then we'll leave. It's fine. Then we can stop.
This is the first
Absolutely.
time that I have
Anything.
ever seen that happen.
that someone, like a DM has agreed to let it go.
Oh, that, like,
And we're
all
just
right,
like,
well,
no,
that's our
you're
show.
not
We're
allowed
like,
to stop.
No,
We refuse.
We will not let you.
We go for the unexpected.
we have been
turn.
talking about the fucking hot springs
For so
nonstop
long.
this week.
Like 4 sessions now.
Not just,
right,
not just
all
this
right.
week.
So,
What time of day is it?
Yes.
Late.
it is no,
Too
actually,
late?
it's really you guys landed at roundabout sundown. Because it's sort of getting towards the end of summer, beginning of fall. That actually is fairly late at night. You'd assume it'd be somewhere around like. You spent a couple of hours in the town, so I'd assume it'd be somewhere around 8 or 9.
Okay, this town, does it have like a Whole Foods?
You went to the general store / brunch place.
Okay, is it still open?
Does it matter?
That is my next question.
Oh no! We agreed to break into the spa,
I
Bryn.
know, but there's some things I need. I was going to prepare some things for you. Fen wanted to know what it was.
Okay, so the farmer's market, which is where you would normally get
Fen already went for a walk.
everything.
Oh,
Fen is gone?
where is Fen? This was partially for him. I was going to. I was thinking so hard about my cultural heritage.
Sales can find
It's
him.
difficult for me, you know.
Just gonna
Not in like a
"Ben, we're
painful
breaking
way,
into
just
the
in a like
spa."
I was a bad student and.
Do we need to
So
go get Fen?
unfortunately, the general store is closed.
Oh, that's
now.
not unfortunate. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Before we move on to entire shenanigans, I do want to say, as we leave Rainbow, Irde would like to go up to Silus and just be like, "Might I hug you?"
Of course.
I did not hear that as Amanda.
I said, of course.
Irde will give you a hug and just say thank you so much.
Silas hugs you back, but it's very... You can feel that it's guarded.
Okay. And then she will step back.
As
and
it
we
is
can
stepping
move
back,
on.
I'm going to walk over. Are we hugging Silas?
Oh, shit, are we doing that?
We can hug the shit out of Silas.
And we're going to hug the shit out of Silas.
Sales
And
half
over
pound
everyone's
wrapped
shoulder,
him.
Irde's just like,
Okay. Okay.
okay.
sorry
Thank
about that.
you.
I did not-
Edward and Ipe are just in the corner, and like Ipe's head is leaning on Edward's shoulder, just looking adoring.
Guys, get in on this.
No.
No.
Come
I
on,
think
Silas.
I
Yeah,
think
having
we've
a
broken
moment,
Silas
Glib.
enough tonight. Anyway,
Yeah, right.
I'm
sorry.
As we're walking towards the spa, I do want to pull Aym'Bryn aside.
Yes,
I might take a bit of a detour.
of course, always.
I want to first apologize.
No need.
For yesterday. No, I was frustrated. I was off. My mind was elsewhere. And I wanted to say I'm sorry for lashing out like I did.
Hardly.
And also, more than apologize, I wanted to say thank you. It's not lost on me that you approached because you cared, and you I can't put my finger on it, and I think it's because, much like Sailsaba, you remind me of someone that I cared very deeply for. And that person in my life makes me feel grounded and stable, and can kick me out of the funks that I find myself in. And since I've been away from them, I found myself introspective much more than I usually am. So, even though we haven't known each other very long, if this is just a first impression, and that first impression is similar to my master, I appreciate your presence.
Well, I can't say grounded or stable, adjectives that I hear very often in reference to myself, but I'll...
It's believe me, it's not you that the adjectives are applying to.
Silence.
You're quite insane. I think it's crazy that you allowed. And
those ones I'm much more comfortable with.
Hold
I hate
on.
to disappoint you.
I look around for Irde and just be like, you allowed Glib to
Hold on. I'm rolling perception.
I did say we walked away.
Okay, yeah, and I rolled really bad perception, so I'm gonna just say I didn't hear it.
I think it's mad that you did that. And
Silence.
yes.
Can I ask you something? A couple of things, actually.
Of course.
First, and I had a similar conversation with Alin. I think that there's a little bit of a miscommunication among us, and that is, you do understand that we are all in this together. You have thanked
Silas
us.
takes a second and just yes.
And if you don't object to, of course he'll watch you to see if it's bothersome. But I'm going to put my hand on your shoulder. And you thanked us, I think, a number of times now for coming along with you, for believing in you. But I do wish that you could believe in us. And I know that at least myself, I'm sure I don't always seem equal to it. But I assure you, I'm going to do my best. And we're all in this together. I want you to know that.
I will try my best.
Good. Then we'll both be doing that.
I have reservations, but
and that's fair. And
thank you.
one more thing, if I could.
Please.
You're something of an expert on the future. I would call myself an expert, but I have some experience in the other direction. And in my experience, the past is not something that we can change. It is only something that we can learn from and appreciate. And as Alin so beautifully and eloquently said, the person you are now is a person who is doing everything in his power to save the world. The person you are now is preserving, eliminating food waste and mending people's clothes, and you are a good person. Whoever else you might have turned out to be, you didn't, and you won't. So know that. Take it from someone who has been through this a few times.
I will. Thank you.
Of course.
While this is going on, Sails is gonna actually go look for Fen and bring him around.
Yay!
She will wild shape into a dire wolf and
Oh, God.
smell him out.
Do you shape into the direwolf while you are still with us and then go, or do you go to find him and then shape into a direwolf?
Nope, it's happening now.
I love
is there-
like
there
Aym'Bryn
wolf hat?
and Silas go off and Alin, Glib, Sails.
We didn't go off
And
far. We just like
Irde.
stepped away
No,
from the party as
I
we're
understand,
walking.
but I'm just like, you guys have gone like off to have your little conversation, and then just Sails like, and then just like,
Somewhere in the city, you hear like a scream.
Probably not
Sails, like,
related.
you run past someone who was just walking outside their door and just, like, turns around and goes
It's
back
the
in.
direwolf, but it's a big, floppy-tongued, floppy,
very
like,
sweet
mess of
direwolf.
fur and
Little hat.
delightful. Little hat.
Little hat.
Little hat. Little hat. Little hat.
God, yes.
Yep.
Living for a little
Okay.
hat.
Oh my god.
So she will try to sniff out Fen. And try to
Big
see what
wolf,
she's
little hat.
I do get advantage. Because
You do get advantage. Fen, are you trying to hide, or do you...
I don't think Fen's trying to hide. I think Fen is kind of, he's kind of going where his feet take him.
Would you like to set the DC, or should I?
You go ahead.
It's 37.
Nah.
I don't think I'm gonna.
Fen wandered into another plane.
Can
Alright.
you roll higher than a 36?
Not
What?
yet.
What did you get?
22.
22? Yeah, you... It doesn't take long.
So, Fen, wherever you are, when Sails does see you, she will approach from behind,
As a big wolf.
pat around you, and kind of start nosing your hand with a little doggy snout.
It's a direwolf. It's a snout this
Giant,
big.
Yeah,
giant
it's a
dog
big,
snout.
big doggy snout.
You can feel the cold like little nose on your hand.
He's gonna pet Sails.
Do you know it's Sails?
It's got a
Look
hat.
around.
Okay, she has, right, sorry, she has a hat.
And look at the hat.
It's either Sails or another really awesome direwolf.
Yeah, okay, this is just a bomb.
It's like, either way,
yeah,
we're
no.
just gonna have fun
Like,
with
if
the
it
direwolf.
isn't Sails, you've now got a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Fen rides off into the sunset with a direwolf.
Never to be heard from again, oh
Wait a
no.
sec, you're not my druid. Wait a sec.
Well, we're here now.
Hey, my name's Gary. What's up?
I thought that was the
Hey.
bartender.
More than one person can be named Gary.
Timmy fell down the well. Where are we going? All right.
And then she will back up, nose under your legs, and onto your back.
Sweet mother.
You will either get into a place where you are a mount, or you will just be holding on with your hands to the main part as much as you can while she tears off.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw,
falling
sir.
off of Sailsaba's
15.
back.
I will say that's she'll, with the two of you working together, a 15 will allow you to get into at least a somewhat comfortable-ish.
If you start falling off,
Position?
she'll shoulder you back into place.
Yeah, just kind of like, I mean,
Oh no.
I wouldn't say you're like, it's up to you how you feel about it, but like, a dire wolf just got you on its back. You're just kind of stuck there now, friend.
You're insane. You know that, right? Alright, good. As long as we're in agreement.
So are we at the doors of the spa now?
Some might even say barking man.
Are you wanted to go somewhere else?
Just real
first,
quick,
didn't
I
you?
just need to pick up a couple of things. I will pay for them. I just don't need there to be a shopkeeper right now. The second is it's quite late. I will pay for them. You all have never
That
witnessed me stealing
Aym'Bryn,
something. I don't
Aym'Bryn.
usually.
Aym'Bryn.
I just
Would you
need
like
need
to-
some lavender
Aym'Bryn.
and chamomile.
Would you like me
and
to
some
roll me?
flour.
Don't we have a bag that can do that?
Would you like
Does
to
it?
roll?
Only spices.
But yeah, I don't think it
Allspice?
does flour. I would have done it already.
Would you like to roll me a stealth and a sleight of hand check, or just a sleight of hand
Yes.
check?
Can someone
Okay.
help me?
By clanking around outside to draw attention away, can I assist?
There we go.
Sure.
Hey,
Create
Aym'Bryn,
a
I think.
diversion. Please, please, please. Oh, why couldn't this be the one time that I roll well? It's a 15 for stealth, which is not abysmal, and a 19 for sleight of hand.
Yeah, the door pops itself open. The lights are off inside. Everything looks like it's well stocked for the next morning.
Fantastic.
and-
I just need a few things, small things. How much do you think they're going to cost? Just I need some herbs like you would use for tea, but a kind of copious amount of them. Lavender, chamomile, a couple of other things. And I
If
need
you
some
want-
flour and just some basic baking things for later.
Roll me an intelligence check.
Silas, come over.
I would actually go in with Aym'Bryn because I am looking for some gum Arabic.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Yes,
would you like
these
me
are the things that I need. Can you please look for them and I'll help you?
Stealth check?
I don't know if I know how spas work, and that's just Josh. Like
That is a
These
19
are
for stealth
culturally
for
specific to
Silas.
me.
Roll me an intelligence check with advantage.
For investigation.
Nope, just intelligence
Silas, I've
check.
never felt closer to you.
Just an intelligence check. That's only a 13.
Okay. I'm gonna say
How
knowing the
confusing are this whole
prices,
suits?
knowing approximate prices of things, you'd assume that depending on how large the amount,
It's not a super ton.
it like for all of the things that you're asking for, including the acerbic, it'd probably
know.
be about a gold.
Okay, I'm gonna leave 3 of them on the counter.
Do I find any gum Arabic in here?
Yeah, that's
And
yes.
Okay.
If I can just quickly borrow a piece of paper from Silas, I will write out a receipt. And then XOXO Aym'Bryn, and then I will leave that on the counter with way too much money to pay for what I took. And then, but I just need these things, and I need them right now. So yes, and then we'll go. And the same for the spa. Sorry, just quick detour. You won't. It's worth your while, I promise.
And you make your way to the spa.
Yes.
Would all of you like to roll me stealth checks?
oh, here we go.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. I'm so sorry, everyone.
That's a 17 for stealth for
Sales
Silas.
and
He's a stealthy boy.
Yeah,
Silas.
the two of you. I mean, if
I also
technically,
got a
Fen,
17. I'm not great at
Actually-
stealth, but I got a 17.
Fen, you've got no choice as to whether or not you're stealthy. However, Sails, you will roll me a stealth check at disadvantage
Because you have a fen on your back.
because you are carrying someone, and you are a giant direwolf.
Yeah, being a giant wolfie.
Mine was only a 14, so
Well,
I
you
imagine
missed
I'm
me
already
getting a nat
talking about what I'm
20.
going to do. So
I just imagine like we see Sails and Fen come up and it's like, well,
Yeah, everyone breaking into the
breaking in is such a strong, violent word.
breaking
Letting
into the
ourselves in.
spa.
Entering without permission.
Entering without
The party that B&E's together, Steanese together.
It's for everyone that is trespassing onto spa grounds.
We have permission.
entering without foreknowledge.
Yes.
except so
Not by the business owners.
knows.
Edward is not the business owner. Edward
we
is
know.
the slightly chaotic cleric of the town who really doesn't have a whole lot of.
I know.
I got an 8.
Oh no.
Oh, I did better than that. I got a 10.
17.
14.
17 as well.
Also
17.
17.
Oh.
Okay, so those odds actually even out to be a pretty decent stealth
Yep.
score, all things
did okay.
considered. You make your way in. You think you're probably unscathed.
I'm picturing like there's just a gate and Sails just scales the gate and like unlocks the gate from the inside and we just go in. Very casual.
The
Thanks
bars
for
are
the
wide
ride.
enough that Glib can just walk.
Fe-
through.
does Fen at any point fall
Yes.
off of Sailsaba? Because I'm concerned about that.
Nah, they got that hold. They got a sail. They're working together. It works. Like at some
You know?
point in their little gallop, they kind of
All
figure
right.
out this.
Yeah. What's the spa like?
Yeah.
Yes.
We will get to that
No.
next session.
Oh.
I'm okay
Yeah.
with that. I just
Nah.
You guys, you
Oh,
got,
no.
Oh my god, I'm so glad you said that. Me too.
you got an extra
All right.
like good.
All right.
Yeah. So, thank you everyone for
Okay,
joining us.
fine.
We appreciate you, and we will see you next week for the spa episode. Maybe.
The onsen.
Please, please, please.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us so much. That brings us to the end of our show. We absolutely love seeing all of you here. If you want to keep up to date on our episodes, go ahead and press that follow button. We really appreciate it. And of course, we also have our Heroes Hall Discord, which we love to talk to people there. We have Twitter, we have YouTube, all sorts of ways to keep in contact with us. And if you did feel like you wanted to support the show, we would absolutely appreciate it. We have links to our Ko-fi as well, again, over in the chat. So we look forward to seeing you all next week. And we can't wait to get back to Anna.